All right, and we live, baby. Go ahead,
I'm trying
Ken.
to see. I'm trying to see the transition when it come up, man. You heard me? I love to see that transition when it.
Oh my gosh. It makes a little noise too.
I don't know. It's always muted. So.
There it is.
Oh, listen, Jordan.
Hmm?
That motherfucker look like. That motherfucker look like. That motherfucker look like. And you changed how you did the name. That motherfucker look like. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we live.
Why
I
my
can't
shit
get.
do? Why
I
my shit
catch
look like
myself
that?
getting caught looking at the other delay, reacting to the other delay. So
Mm-hmm.
let
I
me
do
correct
too.
myself.
Yeah.
I do too. I like that.
All right, I'm gonna do a quick test on the comments real quick. Make sure they still working. And yep, they are. We got comments.
It ain't popped up yet. I'm excited. I'm pulling on this goddamn hookah. About to be high as a motherfucker.
Slow down. You didn't do it today, Ken.
It's only tobacco. Oh, don't worry, it's coming. We live.
I no, you were too loud, and that's why your audio keeps cutting out. So now you got to do it again.
We live.
Thank you.
Hey Megan, hey, can you bring me your phone, please?
See the comments?
That's fun.
Okay.
It's just us in here right now.
We have 5 people.
Me, you, Suge, Terry. With me, you, Suge. That's three. And I'm watching from two different things, so it's all us.
Oh my God, you trash.
One, two, three. Wait, see. One, two, three, four. There's one other person here. It says five people.
Yeah, I mean, of course, we're live. People are gonna start coming in. So I say 6. It says 6 now. So come on in, people. Can sing, but don't sing too loud so where your audio is gonna cut out.
I don't have a
Having
song.
a slight technical difficulty with my comments, so give me a second.
Oh, you good? Um, you always sing "Come on in the room."
Come on in the room. Tell the pastor say, come on in the room. Jesus. They're gonna be a Christian. We a Christian channel.
All right, I had to fix my chair. What up, Nikisha?
What up, man? Good friend, one of my good friends. We all went third wheel on vacations and shit. Nikki, you better watch us the whole show because we going ham today.
Ken,
Watch us the
why
whole show.
why is your audio cutting out? See if you can take off your thing.
I got no. I'm finna do something right now. I'm finna fix that right now. Don't you fret your little red head.
My head's not red. This is
Yeah. Your skin's red.
this is
I'm good
hazel.
now.
Oh, you
Good,
good?
good. Good, good. So I always like to start off by asking how was everyone's work week? Was it okay? Was it
Today's
stressful?
Friday, right?
Yes, it
Today's
is.
Friday. Great day.
Man,
It was a great week. Strong.
I'm gonna
Finished
tell
the
you,
week strong.
I'm gonna tell you this, man. Today I was in and out of life. I wasn't even feeling like doing nothing today.
What up,
Hold on,
Margie?
hold on.
Don't tell us hold on while you dig in your ears.
No, I'm taking these out and putting these in.
That is so much better. Thank you so
Right.
much. Now I
these
gotta low
these
you. Now I gotta low you down.
Hey, what's going on, Marge?
Margie, she said on time my butt, Ken.
we did our best.
We
We
did.
really we really could have been on, but we were talking about things that we can't talk about on the podcast. Well, we can't talk about them, but not at the time. But
Oh,
there's a time and place for everything.
I got a new gaming recliner.
Hey, that. Hey, thank you, Donald Trump.
What? For this? Oh no.
That's that stimmy. That's that stimmy recliner.
Actually, I did not get my stimulus yet. This was a
It's
gift.
gonna come. It's gonna come.
I gotta take care of my business so I can get mine and my last one.
You need to do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, Margie, they worked me this week too. But, I think that overall it was a good week. It went by really fast, and I'm glad.
Well, they made it think like this week was basically the end of year all over again. The way they was trying to pump that workout.
Yeah. Hey, Shad. You still cutting out. That's what you get. Want to say something ugly.
What's up, Patreon, babe? Thanks for coming.
Now we can hear you. Anywho, Jesus. So, Ken, did you want to go ahead and start off on the topics today?
Let's go, man. Hey, what's up, everybody? You know what it is. Maybe I'm tripping with Big Ken.
And Joy of the Queen. Thank you guys for coming through tonight. This is going to be another episode of Maybe I'm Trippin' Sip and Trip. So we'll be talking about a lot of different topics, and we have a special guest tonight. Go ahead and introduce yourself, special guest.
How y'all doing today? My name is Terrace T, Suge, whatever you want to call me. I'm very honored to be here with these two great hosts this evening, and we'll see what we get into.
All right,
I'm
let's
tripping as well.
get it. Everybody.
This is a long time watcher. This is TB Boxing. But I know him as Suge, one of my teammates, because we both play football semi-professionally, I might add. And we're going for that ring this year, Terrence.
Rings for Ravens.
Rings for Ravens, baby. This is the redemption tour part 3.
Oh my
Redemption
God, I'm in the middle of a dick fight. What up? What up, Kirby?
Kirby,
And P Dunks are here.
It's Pat up in
my
here.
man. My man. You already know Dunk. Hey, he's a bona fide. That's a cold-ass white boy right there.
We got
Is he?
but he's Mexican.
Whatever you want to classify himself. I mean, I would classify him as a Caucasian, and I'm sure anybody on a glance would classify him as Caucasian. I understand that he has a piece of paper in his top drawers drawer that says he's 1/64 Hispanic. That's cool, but to me, that's a cool ass white boy.
He Tommy Egan.
No, not Tommy Cool.
Not Tommy Egan. Gary Owen.
Gary Owen.
Okay.
Nah.
He said he white-sican.
He like Paul. What's the nigga that play? I mean, what's the cat that play Paul Blart? What's the white man name? He like Adam Sandler. Real cool, white, but real cool. Or like Jim Carrey. We love him.
I think we do, but his wife is black,
Hey,
but
That's
full white.
that's Adele 2.0.
She,
Right.
Oh no, Nikisha, we ain't sipping on Twisted Tea.
That's so. Hey,
Twisted Tea.
I keep that blammer on. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, after I saw that video, I really wanted to smack somebody with a can just to see.
Man,
Hey, it says splat, splat.
the sound that can made
Hey, for real.
echoed throughout the whole city. It pop, 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 just echoed, and I loved every second of it.
All I seen when he hit him with the can was like a cartoon, like a comic book. Splat, that motherfucker. And that's all I seen.
School
It was
Batman.
Epic. He's a hero.
Only fail he had when he flipped it, he missed the catch.
Hey, straight up. That but that's a true patriot. That's a true patriot.
But
He
hey,
lost 10 points for dropping.
no, he
If
didn't.
If he'd have caught it,
Or
No,
did it, that Roy Jones stutter and then flipped it? You feel me? That would have been, oh my God.
no, he don't lose points because for one, he had flip flops on and executed this flawlessly, and then on 2, when he dropped it, old boy was trying to kick it, but he got it before he kicked it, so that was kind of like a save. It's like getting a turnover and then you steal it back.
right?
I agree.
Take that.
But sometimes sometimes it take a little extra jig to make perfection. And I give him an 8, but it could have been a 10.
It could have been a 10.
It could have been a 10.
Now, if
But he
we
could be.
and we don't count anything before the hit itself, delicious.
And then you can tell he didn't have no hands, because the way he did all this money stuff, he didn't have no hands, but he gave him all he got, and it was enough on that evening.
He wasn't even sure that he was gonna retaliate against them after he got. He was like,
you could tell he thought about it. He was really nervous. I was like,
ain't no Bucks going to no Super Bowl. The Cowboys going to the Super Bowl.
The Saints going.
We gonna take this all to the Supreme Court. So whoever that was.
Oh Lord.
We taking this to the Supreme Court.
You know that's Pete Duncan talking about the Bucks.
Hey man, we take it to the Supreme Court.
Hey,
that was a foul.
To be honest, y'all, that was the Cowboys fans and players climbing the Capitol building. If y'all didn't know.
I'm not fit to play with none of y'all. Ain't gonna be no disrespect for no Cowboys in here. Not today, it won't.
Oh Lord.
Not today. We not standing for that.
Wait, hold on. Oh Lord, they making friends over the Bucks. Ugh.
No, that boy. Hey, Pete Duncan's not a Bucks fan. He's a fair weather fan. He's with who's ever winning at the time.
That's it. When they had Fitzmagic and he was throwing them 70-yard bombs, he was a Dolphins fan, and but you know what? We love you anyway, brother.
For sure. Let me text Julie right quick.
Yeah, I don't see Julie in here. So while you're doing that, I'm gonna start off with a question. For the fellas.
What's happening?
Okay. This was a conversation that was had on Twitter, and it went left pretty quickly, but for the wrong reasons. So this guy, his Twitter handle is _chosen_goat. He says, I don't care what my family says. I caught 2 charges last night defending a female because her boyfriend was beating her up on 6th Street. That's exactly why we jumped his bitch ass. Gladly take my charges. We don't play that. So, this is where it went left. So wait, first off, let me get you guys' opinions. If you see somebody getting their ass whipped, are you going to step in if it's of the opposite sex?
Let the guest go first.
So that's a double-sided question. I mean, that's a double-sided sword, I should say. I'm from the culture of I mind my own business. Fact first. But it all depends on the severity and the situation. Now, if it's 2 couples, I cannot say I can stand around and watch a woman get beat, but I also have to take into account my own personal situation. If I jump on this man, then that opens me up for legal liability. That also can be offered now because 9 times out of 10 she's going to get him back out of jail. So I have, as a grown man, I have to think deeper. But as a young man would jump in there, cockstrong, ready to do whatever. But as a older man as a more established man, I would have to say it all depends on the situation.
Yeah.
So it all depends on the situation.
So with this situation, I guess they were saying that, maybe the boyfriend might have been drunk. Of course, they were out on 6th Street. I'm not sure if this is the same 6th Street from Austin where, it's a strip of bars and people go in and have fun. And he was basically beating her up. Hey, Tori. What up, Tori? So we're asking a question right now, Tori, for the fellas. And it went left, but we haven't gotten to that part yet. Shut up, Shad. Yes, I'm going to eat my candy. Strawberry Kit Kat on deck.
Ooh.
But anyway, so I guess the boyfriend was drunk. He got rowdy, beat up the girlfriend, and the guy and his friends jumped in and beat him up. So there was no guns. There was nothing. It was just that they stopped him from, beating on her and then whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they're taxpaying citizens. They should call the police.
True that. And the police was called, and
Terry's gonna call the police. He's the whitest black person I know.
First and foremost, it's not white to call the police. I'm a taxpaying citizen. I call the laws. I ain't never.
That's their job.
I have never associated myself with any kind of affiliation with anybody that anybody expect from my loyalty to myself and my family. And if it got anything to do with me and my family, I'm calling law. If I don't pop you first,
Right.
you know, I'm a Second Amendment guy. If
My
I don't
thing-
get you first, I'm calling
Yeah.
law.
My thing is this: if I see it now, they didn't describe the severity. Was he shaking her? Was he striking her? And this, that, and the other. But it's like this: like Terrence say, young me, oh, it's a fight. Let me go and get up in that thing. But if it's a domestic dispute, I'm gonna restrain him and tell him like, yo, bro, you don't need to be doing that on me. You know, old boy said, Ice Cube, hey man, that's a female. You know what I'm saying? That type of shit or whatever. But to beat him up, probably not. I will restrain him because we don't know if he got a knife. You know, you jump in that fight, then he stab your ass or something.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna even go. I'm not even go to the gun. He can stab. We're in Texas. He can go to you. He can stab you and shit like that. But then I'm gonna say I was in a situation to where I was getting off work one day, coming to the apartments, and this to speak to what Terrence said, what Suge said. She comes in, she's knocking on doors. Help me, help me, help me. He took my phone. He doing this, that, and the other. And to go into it's like somewhat like your apartment, Terrence. It's 6 units, but there's one in the middle and 2 on the side. I was upstairs, so for me to go upstairs, I had to look into their apartment. The door was open. Things were in disarray. They're like they had a picture that was sideways on the fucking wall. And so she's like, help me, call the police, this, that, and the other. You know what I'm saying? So I look at her and I look in the apartment. Then he comes around the corner. He kicks the cord. This is back in the day. He kicks the cordless phone out of the house. You can call the police. I don't give a fuck. This, that, and the other. I walked and I say, that's between y'all. And then I went upstairs. I told my baby mom at the time, but you know we was close or whatever. But she had a phone by then, so I'm like, that's between y'all. You know, do what you got to do. He gave you the phone. Do what you got to do. I said that to say 3-4 days later, they walking out with the kids, happy fucking family. What type of strife would have been in place if I would have stepped in that between me and him?
Straight up. You would have went to jail. You would have went to jail. He would have went to sleep, and he probably would have laid up with his old lady that night.
Yeah.
That situation would have diffused their situation, and then next thing you know, your life is in turmoil. So you have to be very wise in what you do.
Or say this,
especially.
Let's go to
I agree with
to
Margie.
the dumb part of the situation. Should me and you jump into the situation beating up his old lady, she might start jumping on us.
Hey, you done seen it all too many times.
Yeah.
I worked as a bouncer for many years.
Oh, me too.
Seen that many times. That was a Friday, Saturday, Sunday night. And I hate to say it, you know, whether it be mutual or whether it be one-sided, you cannot save them all.
Right. But you got to look at you have to compartmentalize the situation. You know, if somebody just getting their ass mollywopped and getting beat the fuck up, yeah, hey man, look, she done had enough, bro. Don't get out of there. Call the police. Hey, bro, y'all do y'all thing. If it's like a mutual combat situation, break the shit up and let y'all go about y'all way. Cause, like I said, he could stab you. He could get him a lucky when it gets you, and then she could jump on you as you trying to jump. Get off of him, type shit.
And as soon as the law show up because of the commotion, you're the aggressor, and you go
right.
Man, that's why 9 times out of 10, I mind my business.
It's the severity, cause me and Terrence are big guys. I'm a big guy. Terrence is a larger guy than me, so it could be when you walk up to a situation, it's just a fight at that point. You could be a good Samaritan and then outside looking in, damn bro, you whooping that nigga, but you ain't see him whooping old girl.
That's it, and it 100% depends on the severity. Whether if I feel like if her life is in danger, absolutely. Now if they drunk and they having a lover's quarrel. You feel me, pushing each other and stuff like that, I'm going to keep sliding.
Tori wants to hop on. Can we get her on?
Hey, do your thing.
Okay, so, Tori, I'm going to add you into the group on Discord real quick, but can you guys guess where this whole thing went left at? It wasn't, I'm going to let y'all try to guess. Where do you think this whole situation went left? Because the guy already said, you know, we all got arrested. You know, we got you know, whatever. I don't mind having a charge for protecting the woman. Whatever she's gonna do with him afterwards, that's fine. But I just wanted him to stop hitting her, whatever. Where do you think this situation went left at?
When he jumped in, that girl jumped on her, him.
Nope.
I would say probably inside the bar.
Nope.
Whatever. I mean,
It went left when he posted the story on Twitter, and people seen him refer to the lady as a female.
What?
Female.
They do not. Some women, do not like to be referred to as a female because they said female degrades women, and that it means that it can mean female anything: female dog, female cat, female cow, female whatever. Woman is specifically to humans.
Human.
That's where it went left. He told his story. Everybody was like, yeah, you know, whatever, you know, that's you. You know, if you felt that was the right thing, you know, blase, blase. But man, when I tell you they came after him for saying the word, I helped this female.
When you were telling the story, I thought you said bitch.
No. Like, he didn't.
I thought you said bitch. I saw when you were saying. I don't know why I thought you said bitch because I was going to refer to that, but I've seen where women don't want to be referred to as female. That's crazy.
That doesn't make any sense to me. That is a toxic thing.
Tori, what is your name on Discord? I know.
But,
you know what?
But the thing is like in 2020, 2021, the 21st century, you know, Oprah and shit like that, they want to because nobody refers to us as men. Go ahead, Joy.
I'm so sorry. I'm just trying to hurry up and figure this out.
Do your
we
thing.
get referred to as male every time you fill out a form. Are they protesting the form that say male or female, which is everything? Are they protesting?
Tori, send me a friend request. Send me a friend request on Discord, Tori, please.
That's interesting to me. I mean, don't get me wrong. You know, I understand it's a newer generation that wants to be more inclusive, but that's strange to me. That's a little too much.
Yeah, but I've seen it though.
I agree. You know, it's some females that's like that. I mean, it's some women that's like that. I do apologize. It's just a part of the vernacular. It's no disrespect.
Right. Because at one point we only called them bitches. All them
excuse me?
Wait.
Nobody has ever referred to me as a bitch or a hoe.
No, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I'm saying from afar, we're not calling you to your face. Man, that bitch crazy. But that could be a dude or a woman.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's also the level of respect the man has for that woman. You know, it's some women in my life that I would never, I can never fix my lips say that. But it's also some that just roll off. It doesn't mean I'm being disrespectful. I ain't never called no female that. But you talking about when you speaking in third hand with somebody else. You feel me? Right. And you may refer to that or generalize it as that. If you talk about somebody, you know, you absolutely don't care about. But I guess that's you know, people can make up their own mind on how to use that.
Right.
Just be
but I believe they were just being ultra sensitive at the time because it was really just the story, and he was typing how he talked. You know what I'm saying? So you can't fault him for that. Shit, he came to the rescue of a woman. So the hell, what you want? Everything was good till he said female. All them women that was in that chat, you could shut the fuck up.
Black excellence. They expect black excellence.
That's not nice.
Now if you'd have sat there and let her get her ass whooped, then it'd have been a problem. They needed a video. That's what they needed. They needed a video.
Hold on, Tori. I'm still working it out. I am coming.
Hold tight, guys. We got another guest coming on. That's going to be good for these next couple of topics, too.
Yeah. So I just want to say I don't have a problem with being referred to as a female because, like, I mean, some of us can agree that it's better than being called a derogatory term. But at the same time, I feel like this. What up, brother? You're working?
What up, Zach?
You don't have to watch if you're working.
No,
Um,
we gonna get do what you gotta do when you can do it, man. Don't discourage him from watching us.
kid, shut up.
He's one of our top viewers.
That is my brother. I can talk to him if I like.
That's my stepbrother.
Step brother.
Yeah,
Yeah, and he out of line. He out of line.
her mother loves me.
My mama don't like you.
You be lying.
VR King, whatever you want me to call you, whatever you want to
You
call
call me Big Ken on the show. Call me Big Ken.
No.
Big Ken.
Bro, it be so crazy when people be saying BR. They be like, who the fuck is BR?
You see, y'all see, I got that Dak Prescott dimple right here, that high dimple.
No, we don't look at the Cowboys.
You don't see the resemblance.
Never.
You don't see the resemblance.
I see the resemblance of your name.
I'm gonna tell you like that.
SpaghettiOs.
Hey, what up, Tori? I'm trying to.
I hear you. I just don't know why I can't. Hold on.
Okay.
1 second. 'Cause I also have this on my.
Also, Tori, if
You
you
know what? I'm
if
just gonna.
if you can,
ahead.
please. If you can, please turn off the background noise suppressor under the settings, just so that way you don't cut out. And then let me get the video straight. So let's see.
Give me
We're
1
frozen.
second.
We're
Let's see
frozen on
if it's-
YouTube.
have
I
this
know. I'm fixing
on
it.
my computer, so I use it.
Let's see. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
You're the only one that froze. I'm upset about that.
Hey, look, I'm stuck just like this.
All right, you see it,
I didn't get me like that. I was doing my Dak, showing y'all my Dak Prescott dimple.
Oh, right. Sorry. Hi.
Hey,
What
Tori.
up, Tori?
Hello. Sorry about that. I always forget I have the little thing to cover the camera when I'm not using it because, you know, the FBI be watching.
Facts.
All right, so I am going to.
I didn't get me like that. I was doing my Dak, showing y'all my Dak Prescott.
Oh, somebody's not muted.
Tori?
Do I need to mute? Sorry about that. I always forget I have the little thing to cover the camera when I'm not using it because, you know, the FBI be watching.
All right, so I am going to. All right, Tori,
Do I
give
need
me
to-
1 second to go ahead and get your video added in.
Hold on. I hear you twice. Oh, I still have it open on YouTube.
Mute it. You can mute it.
I'm trying to find it. Okay, there we go. There we go.
The box is a little bigger, Joya, please.
What?
Make our boxes a little bigger.
Ken,
Okay.
let me do this. Me.
Let me shut my mouth.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Kendrick. I was about to say your whole government.
That's
Okay, so guys, we have a new special guest, which is my friend Tori. Thank you so much, by the way, for the card.
Oh my god, you got it. Oh, I'm so glad. I was so worried. I have terrible handwriting, and the post office has been going through it. Plus, it's, you know, it's a Christmas card, and people be stealing, so I'm so glad you got it.
I
Looking for
know.
that cash and them gift cards.
Well, she
Yep.
did send me a gift card, and I appreciate that a lot.
There's a story behind that I'll text you about later, because it wasn't the gift card I wanted to give you. But they
Oh.
ran out by the time I got back, so.
Oh, it's all good.
Oh my gosh, hello everybody.
What's
Ken,
happening?
good to see you.
What's that? Good
Finally,
to see you as
face
well.
to
Good to see
face.
you as well. What you
Hello,
drink? What
new
you
host.
drinking?
Oh no, it's just Pepsi. My
Man.
daughter is home this weekend, so it's just Pepsi.
How old the baby?
9. She ain't a
That
baby.
ain't no baby. You can drink your drink. Get your alcohol, girls.
Yeah, but I gotta
Baby,
get up
that
and
baby
I
can
gotta.
cook macaroni.
She actually can,
And hot
but I
dogs.
gotta get up. I gotta get up in the morning, and we got activities to do. I cannot be slumped, so you know, Pepsi.
I don't understand.
My
We
gosh.
be we
If we
wake up early and we be on the move. Like
if I
she
share a
rises
picture,
with the
I got
sun.
a picture with me and my son. I was right before I went to see this. I went to see my son before I went to the club. I was lit.
Mhm.
I'm so
Funny.
sorry it's taken long, but I forgot what font I used for the names, so I had to go back and figure it out. So you're going to have Tori Arial font until I go back.
That's fine.
Let's
Oh
see. It
gosh.
was Algerian. Okay.
In the meantime, what were we talking about exactly?
Okay, so there was a story that was posted on Twitter by this guy that he just wanted to come and tell this story. He says, I don't care what my family says. I caught 2 charges last night defending a female because her boyfriend was beating her up on 6th. That's exactly why we jumped his bitch ass. Gladly take my charges. We don't play that. Now, the story was, I asked the men how they felt about it and what they would do in that situation. So that's what they were talking about. But I asked them to guess where the story went left. And the story actually went left because he said I was defending a female and people didn't like the fact that he called the lady a female.
To be honest, a lot of that is in the way that you say it. There's a connotation in speech. Like you and I can probably call each other bitches, Joya. But if Ken was
Bitch,
to call
yes.
me a bitch, exactly. If Ken was to call me a bitch, it'd be claws out. I'd call him every name in the book. I'd call him everything but a child of God. It's all in the way you talk to people. And when men tend to say female, it's a little harsher than when they're saying, "Oh, she's a female." It's not when they're talking about an issue, when they say female, they say it harshly. So it's all about the way you say it. I personally don't like it, but I'm probably not going to make a big deal about it.
It's all in
Like
the
how you talk,
context.
I agree.
exactly.
I agree. Just like it's the ways that you say, the ways that you can say the B word. It's the way the more punctual you put on it, it seems like the deeper it resonates. So I agree with you.
Exactly.
It's like the what I learned when I moved to Texas. Like Terrence, he's from California. It's like Hispanics say things a certain type of way because like saying a word, I can't think of a word right now. But just like pendejo, it's a cuss word. But if you go pendejo, oh look at that pendejo. It's like me saying, man, look at calling terrorists, some look at fat boy, some shit like that. And then it's like you go pendejo. It's a different. It's all in the way you say it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
PJ
And you
Piero.
know how you're
That's what they say.
saying it when
PJ
you say
Piero.
it.
Yeah.
That's what they say. PJ Piero is the way that you say it. Something like that.
None of us are Hispanic. We're not trying to butcher the Spanish language.
Poquito. Goddamn.
Un poquito español, señor. Piquito.
Sí.
Oh,
Sí.
ahí.
Oh Lord.
Hey, look, we bilingual, not bisexual. There's a difference.
Oh my God, Ken, please shut the
Who
hell
brought
up.
that
There's
up?
no such thing as
Man,
bisexual.
you brought that up.
No such thing.
Don't do that.
Please not.
Don't do that.
That's another one y'all don't want to hear me.
But let's talk about terrorists and calling the police. Let me tell this story one time.
Man, here you
Terrorists,
go. I'm
terrorists.
a law-abiding citizen.
One time we was. First of all, the team is 99.9% black, and we at this practice field, right? And they got this guy. He on a 4-wheeler just tearing the baseball field up.
Yes, it was.
Was this your first season with us?
Third, second.
Second season.
No, it's my third. We was out there over there at the damn off MLK.
Where the liquor store was at. So this dude tearing up the goddamn field. We clown Terrence for a whole season because that dude yells out, "Ain't nobody gonna call the police?" We looked at him like, we don't fuck with them people.
First and foremost, if that was me, they would have called the laws. That's what I was talking about. Because if that was me, or if that was you, them laws would have been blurping your ass in 2.5. This dude this dude was acting an ass on the east side. Where the fuck is the laws at when we need them? That's what I'm saying.
So wait, he was just on the field on a 4-wheeler?
Yeah, Terry kicking up all types of dust.
That's
People
disrespectful.
was trying to use the field. You feel me? This nigga doing donuts and everything like that. That was me.
Oh
You
my
know,
god,
and
was it?
I thought he could have been more respectful. And I felt like at that point, we pay taxes for these enforcers to come and enforce some shit, and I needed them to come enforce some shit because if we would enforce some shit, then we would have been going to jail.
Yeah, you probably
True.
would have. To be honest, we actually have a day in. Actually, it's coming up. On Martin Luther King's birthday or whatever, they actually do the bikes out, and they like ride four-wheelers, motorcycles, dirt bikes, all that stuff, all through Miami, and it is a nightmare.
Oh,
I try
you in
not to.
Miami?
Yeah, I try not to go anywhere that day
Mm-hmm.
because
Ooh,
it's like
they got that Florida vibe.
I personally don't care because as long as nobody's getting hurt, I'm happy for you. Do your thing. But it takes up so much traffic and they don't abide by the laws. And so it really kind of makes me side eye people who have dirt bikes, which sucks because I got two little cousins who are coming of age and they want dirt bikes.
Right.
Julie
So
finally made it.
What up, Julie? Hey, Terrence, you got somebody here you invited called you a snitch from way back.
Dang.
She
Nakima?
whew,
Hi,
those are
Nakima.
fighting words.
First and foremost, I have never told on nobody in my life.
You
Second off,
know.
That we know of. I'm just kidding.
allegedly. It's all alleged. Because unless you got some videotape, first 48, they ain't me. Second off, Nakima, that's a bona fide hater. All right? Bona fide.
Mortified, never lost.
Hey, never lost.
Oh my god.
And Gia let you know. Because that
So
right
what
there
was
is no good.
the overall consensus about like how do you guys feel about jumping into fights where like if you have you ever been in a situation where you've seen a man
Well, they
putting his hands
told
on
their
a woman?
stories. Ken told his story, and Suge told his story as well. I did not give my answer, but I will say this: is that as a female, there I go. As a woman, let me rephrase. As a woman, I honestly would definitely take up for another woman in that situation. Because we don't know what she's going through. If she ends up going back to him or taking him back, there's their business. But at that moment, I feel like she might be in danger. So I need to do something.
Yeah,
Me and Suge basically said that it would have to be the severity of the situation. If it's a lover's quarrel and there's a lot of pushing and shoving, we're like, hey guys, you need to stop that. But if he whooping her ass, we would jump in as men defending a woman. But then it goes to the level of he can stab us, he can harm us in some sort of way. And then if we get into that situation, dude got charges. But then just say if you jump on, then she jump on you. And then they still together at the end of the day. You in jail and they back together.
that's true
I will
too.
say this. I don't expect us to understand, because we are, people, men and female, males and females are just wired differently. So I expect you guys to be more caring and more nurturing towards the situation, and I expect us to be more protective towards the situation. So I completely understand what you're saying.
I need this taken away from me.
Go eat. Go and eat all
What
that candy in there.
Hmm?
You still have Christmas candies?
I do.
She got Halloween candy. She got Halloween candy, just because candy. All types of candy in there.
Y'all remember these?
No, I
What is
don't.
that?
Nips?
They look like church lady candies.
They're little caramels with chocolate in the middle.
What's the next topic, Joy? We have 42 minutes.
But tonight is sipping and tripping. Remember, Ken?
But that last topic gonna send me through a tailspin.
Okay, so
Oh,
the next topic is going to be Maryland has officially ruled that rap lyrics can now be used as evidence in the courtroom. And they show a picture of YMW Melly. So, what do you guys feel about rap lyrics being used against people in court?
Can't use it.
Oh.
They tried to do it with Boosie, and I'm gonna tell you this. They tried to play. He said they played like 2 days worth of his music, talking about guns and killing people and hiring hits and shit like that. But at the end of the day, they went to go do something, and the tape didn't work no more. But I'm sitting there like, it's art. So you finna take art and use it as evidence against a person, which we all know, because we Tori, you like hip hop?
We'll get to that. Go ahead with your point.
Okay, cool. But we know there are a lot of fake rappers out here talking a lot of stuff that ain't really real. So just say like they get caught up in some shit and they just sometimes you gotta prove yourself. Just like Tory Lanez with his 5'3" and he shot Meg Thee Stallion or whatever, and it's just so many different levels of situations and predicaments you can be in as a rapper, and then to use that you in court, I think it's bullshit. I said all that to say I think it's bullshit.
But there was a story that came out last year where there was that really crazy rapper who literally rapped about killing his friends, went out the next day and killed all of his friends the way that he
That's his
said.
picture they showed
So
under his
That's
headline.
Melly.
that's who they're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So see, that there's your answer, Ken. I like rap, but I could not tell you a rapper's name to save. Like if they weren't a popular rapper, I really couldn't tell you who they were if I saw their picture, except for like the really popular ones. Like I listen to rap in passing, but I listen to a lot of music like that. Like I really don't listen to mainstream artists, or underground artists for that matter. So there are cases where the rapper will incriminate themselves, like Tory Lane just did. He thought he was clearing his name, but really he just proved, everything that Megan Thee Stallion said about him was true. And he did it in a really cowardly and shitty way, but that's the story for another day. So if you
Right.
are bold enough to go out and do these acts and then rap about it, then it absolutely should be admissible as evidence in court.
I think that if you are one of those rappers who do not live by your lyrics, who are just rapping about it or whatever the case is, you know, why do that for one? And then for two, if you really are doing that and you're putting it in your raps, just why? Why? But I will say
I'll
this.
answer that question in a second.
I will say this though. As a musician, I say a lot of things that I have not done or will not do, like pimping and all of that stuff with the fellas and everything. But it's catchy, it's music, and then the crazy thing is that even though I'm saying these things that I would not do, it's not anything that would harm anybody. If a man want to pay for stuff, that's on his own accord.
hmm I'm still drinking Pepsi. My cup is
so-
just way over there.
Just to add a little spice to this, I feel like what Maryland is doing is unconstitutional. It is a violation of the freedoms, the violation of their First Amendment rights. It is a creative, artistic, dynamic to rap music, no matter how much they want to discredit it. I'm not the biggest proponent of rap music as well. I mean, I definitely listen to rap, I listen to country, I listen to a lot of things. But to touch on the point that you were saying, I'm 30 years old, but I also 30 with 4 kids hit a little different. So I'm like old 30, and I don't listen to a lot of the younger guys. But there's a reason why NBA YoungBoy is so popular. He reached a person like me, which is not in his demographic. I personally enjoy NBA YoungBoy because the authenticity of what they're saying.
NBA YoungBoy because he from my fucking city and we don't fucking act like that.
I understand. Hey, look. That's
Okay.
Cause you don't like Kevin Gates. That's the
Hey,
motherfucker
I
you
think
supposed
Kevin
to
Gates
be.
is faulty.
I don't like
I
Kevin
think
Gates
Gates is
either.
faulty. But the reason why I say that is because my favorite artist right now is Rod Wave. I enjoy their music because of the way it makes me feel, because I believe their lyrics, and I feel like if these rappers have to hide behind some anonymity of some discretion, some type of they have to hide behind something, but they also have to portray themselves as legit. And in Maryland, they can try.
But to be honest, that point is becoming mute because, if that is who you want to be, sure, go ahead, go for it. Be a gangster rapper. But you don't. But we have rappers who have proven that that's like a dying thing. You don't have to be gangster to be, hip hop. We have Chance the Rapper and we have Childish Gambino who did it without
How popular are they right now?
creating that image of being a thug, which is,
I,
if that's the image you want to portray, that's the image you want to portray. But don't be surprised that if you commit a crime or some shit goes left and they start saying in court, well, listen to his lyrics. This is what he's been talking about. That's who the jury is going to see you as. And if you have a jury member that already knows your case, which is rare because they're going to go through the process of filtering it out, you're going to be perceived as a thug, a gangster, because that's all you've ever shown yourself to be.
I agree. And you once you make your bed, you got to lie in it. I definitely agree with that. But I think that it's going to be a hard sell in a court of law with a good litigator. Not no bull crap litigator. I'm talking about a good litigator. It's going to be hard to sell that. I mean, it's going to be really hard to indict on just his lyrics alone, because that's not a sworn testimony. That's not under oath or anything like that. That's just hearsay. Hearsay means nothing.
What do we always say, Ken? It's freedom of speech, but not freedom of consequence.
Right, but the thing too, let's break it down to this. The only rapper we got out of Baltimore right now that I know of is Meek Mills, and he doesn't live in Baltimore anymore. I don't think. No, he's from Philly. Fuck all that. What rapper do we know from Baltimore?
Rapper from Baltimore. That's gonna be what's his name? Troy Ave, Baltimore.
Oh.
Troy Ave.
Troy Avenue.
I don't know.
That's not Troy Avenue. It's Troy Ave.
People sleep on Troy Ave.
It's Avenue. It's short for Ave, okay? Or Ave is short for Avenue.
Nobody says Avenue.
No, Jadakiss isn't, and them ain't from.
No, and Jadakiss is 60.
Hey,
Jadakiss is still relative.
He's from Baltimore.
I don't think he's 60. Is he?
From Yonkers.
I don't know where he's from.
Man, I don't claim to be a hip hop head. Y'all got this.
We all confused.
Right. But I'm just trying to see when the last time we heard anybody from Baltimore who rap Baltimore. Besides Jess with the Mess, he's a comedian.
I looked up the wrong person.
Y'all talk about boxing now? That's Javante Tate Davis from Baltimore. That's what I do know. That's from Baltimore.
Oh, he going to jail.
Okay, so speaking of boxing, let's go into the smooth transition onto our next topic.
That's my thing. I'm a boxing head.
Jadakiss is 45, by the way.
Most people don't know shit about boxing.
Most people don't know shit about boxing.
I don't know anything about boxing, but I want to. I like watching fights. There's never. I don't have enough.
The late great Roger Mayweather with the best line in boxing. Period. Most people don't know shit about boxing.
Hey,
you kill any
most people don't know shit about boxing. Exactly.
Most people don't know shit about boxing.
I mean, it's true. To be honest, I'm very geeky, and all my friends are very geeky. I love them to death, but there's no way. I just don't have anybody to watch the fight with.
You can watch with me.
Need a new man in my life specifically to watch the fights with.
That's the best way to watch a fight by yourself and learn by yourself and get in circles with people who you know are into boxing. That is I don't know, bro. I'm a sports fan of any kind. I watch golf, tennis. I've watched ping pong. I like the Olympics. I watch all types of stuff. But when it comes to boxing is a great conversation.
Okay, so let me get into the topic.
Speaking boxing with a pugilist is a great conversation. Now, It's definitely easy to speak to a casual with it, but speaking to a pugilist, man.
So, Suge, you dabble in. What do you do for boxing?
What you mean?
Because your name is TB Boxing on.
Yeah.
So, me personally, I always wanted to venture into something kind of like what you guys are doing, but on a more boxing news and whatnot. I follow a lot of. I mean, literally, my life is consumed with boxing. I watch boxing on Saturdays. Me and my wife. She never misses. I subscribe to Showtime, ESPN Plus, The Zone, you name it. I don't watch a fight. I don't miss a fight. I watch. I'm to the point now where I watch fights on silence, watch footwork and style and technique. So I really have evolved and have elevated myself in the world of boxing. And I thought I just give people that knowledge as well. But I haven't really pulled the trigger. So now I just use that as my handle to engage with other channels and whatever. But
Okay,
that's
so
that's what I do.
tell me what y'all think about this story. All right. So the undefeated Israeli boxer Omer Lendo is challenging American boxer star Ryan Garcia, who recently defeated by knockout Luke Campbell. He is offering an unprecedented amount of money and wants to put Israel on the map. Have you guys heard of them? And what do you guys think about this fight?
100%. I've heard of it. Anybody want to? Anybody?
I don't know the guy.
All right, so that guy right there is an undefeated fighter from Israel. The big Anthony Joshua versus Andy Ruiz was a big fight because they fought in the Middle East. It was the first time they took a premier championship boxing match to the Middle East, and they fought in Saudi Arabia.
Tori, your video is frozen. Sorry.
They got such a huge purse because
there you go.
The want for boxing is so large out there. This young prospect wants to fight Ryan Garcia because Ryan Garcia has such a large American following here because he's a pretty boy. I mean, he's a beautiful fighter. He has a great smile. He has charisma. He seems like the total package. The only problem I see with this fight developing is he's already called out Gervonta Tank Davis for a fight. They already have verbally committed to a fight, and also in America, there's a fighter named Devin Haney that he got to see. So we now don't talk about the Middle East right now. We need to fight what's in America, which are American world champions. That guy's trying to get in the door when we already got all the cards, and he got to wait his line. I mean, don't get me wrong, the money sounds good, but legacy is the belts.
Right. And
Is he a top fighter in Israel?
So
he's
top
undefeated.
fighter in Israel means nothing when you're in America. Anybody who wants to be a great fighter, you got to become a great fighter in America. You can fight in Israel, you can fight in even the UK, which is second to America. But anybody who wants to be a great fighter, be recognized as a great fighter, has become a great fighter in America.
Got to come to America. You got to come across the pond. You can
100%.
you can be whoever you want to be wherever you at. That's like with Anthony Joshua and Andy Ruiz and Anthony Joshua and shit.
We talking about Deontay Wilder?
Deontay Wilder.
That's the great fight that we want.
It's not gonna happen though because Deontay lost.
No.
But
hey man, slow down.
I don't know about
Be the
that
worst
because
man.
I don't know about that because what about Jake Paul? He's
a YouTuber. He's not a
yeah,
he's
that's
a
what I'm
YouTuber.
saying. That's what I'm saying. He went up against that boxer. He's not. He trained for it, yes, but he wasn't already a top boxer. He just
Jake
went
Paul
up
never
and fought
fought any
a
boxer.
top boxer.
The thing is, Jake Paul.
Did he go up a line too?
He gonna bring the
If
viewers.
it's easy for Jake Paul to do it, it should be easy for
Jake Paul is for ticket sales and pay-per-views because they want to see him lose.
Jake Paul came with 30 million followers.
Yeah.
That's why Jake Paul was able to fight Nate Robinson, who was a basketball player. He never fought an actual boxer.
Yeah, he would be considered a mockery if they push him, and they're not gonna push him because he hasn't done anything. He hasn't made his bones. He doesn't have an amateur career. He did his little situation and became pro, but he's really 2-0, and he beat a basketball player. He cannot get no respect unless he was a phenom. He would have to be Mike Tyson reincarnated to get the push that he's gonna get. They're using him for his
Ticket sales.
following, ticket sales
using
and
him
pay-per-views.
And you see where they use him. They strategically implanted him in boxing during COVID time. doing all this because they need to drive TV buys. Right now, they have no live gate. They can't have anybody come in because of COVID got the money funding. So they have to drive a younger generation, tap into a younger generation, people that watch Jake Paul and Logan Paul, right? And they get them to subscribe to The Zone, which is a $20 subscription a month. And, you know, all they got to get them is one time. They get $20 from them.
I'll be right back, guys.
Yeah. And Jake and Logan Paul, he is a clickbaiter because him and his brother got beef now. They want to fight against each other. That's right after the Nate. Him and his brother got into it. It's a whole YouTube. It's his thing. I'm not gonna discredit him because he is a trained boxer. I'm not gonna discredit him because he is a trained boxer. He's training to box, but he has not put in the work to be a premier main event.
You cannot call him. I can't even call him a real boxer. He's an amateur boxer. He's never fought anybody.
So you would basically call like his matches are just exhibitionism or whatever.
That's exactly. They were called exhibitions.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Oh, because if he get in the ring with a real boxer in his weight class, he's getting knocked out. He's done.
Oh,
First and foremost, he fight at a huge weight class. He fight at 154. And 154 is some murderers at 154.
We'll kill him.
I'll be honest with y'all. The last fight that I seen was Mayweather versus who was the Irish dude?
Oh, you talking about Ricky Hatton?
No.
McGregor.
Oh,
yeah.
Conor McGregor.
That was the last fight I seen.
Like,
but what I really love is MMA. I love to see the women fight in MMA. I really do.
Women. Here's the thing: it's so one-sided because it's like they have their picks in those weight classes and they're killing everybody. They don't have any formidable opponents except for Holly Holmes and Ronda Rousey. That was the last one that probably will never be again. That they were both at the top of their game, and then Holly got beat. So then now we're going to we lowering the weight class. What's
the one lady, Hispanic lady that's real good right now?
Amanda
Nunes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, she's good.
Hey, let me put you on somebody though. Let me put you on somebody who's super inspiring that every black woman, every young black girl should know about, and everybody, every black woman should know about this. Her name is Clarissa Shields.
Yes.
All right. If
From
you
Flint.
have never heard of Clarissa Shields, you need to become acquainted with her because she is powerful young queen.
Yeah.
She done what no man has ever done. She holds she's in 4 different weight classes. She's undisputed in one weight class. That means she got all the belts obtainable in one weight class. She holds 3 belts in another weight class and 2 in one. At simultaneously. All in 4 different weight classes. She is
and
2-time
gold medalist. There you go.
Undefeated. I mean, I'm talking about absolutely KO artist, Clarissa T-Rex Shields. And every black girl should know about this. Every black girl should watch her and watch how fierce she is. And also when she gets out of the ring, how elegant she is. And I think that she's a gift to us.
Nice. I want to pull her up. I'm waiting for this phone to come on because it's completely dead. So I can pull stuff up on the screen for the viewers. But I don't know why.
Clarissa Shields a beast.
Monster. And it's sad that she don't get the push that she should. Because if you heard her story, she's from Flint, Michigan, from nothing.
Damn, they don't even have water over
there.
Yeah. She fights this weekend.
Tori said they don't even have water.
And I didn't even know that.
I didn't even know that. It's female boxing.
The whole thing with the Flint, Michigan, and their water.
No man has ever done that.
Is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I have another question for guys.
What's up?
All right, so someone posted this meme, and I thought it was pretty funny, but it did make me think a little bit. It says, do you guys remember the Where I Wanna Be video by Donnell Jones?
Yeah, where I wanna be. I know won't make it hurt you, baby. No.
My ears are bleeding now, but okay. But it said that
never did I imagine there would be a special part And the
Oh my god.
I will cut all of this shit off.
do I leave? Do I stay? Do I go? Go ahead. What do you
Impromptu karaoke night.
Right. It says Donnell
No
Jones.
mention.
Oh my God! Shut up.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah,
what?
we gotta
That's
get
my
through the
song.
show.
I'm muting him.
Raised too tight.
It says Donnell Jones left his girl a message saying that he's not coming home and he'd rather be alone. But as soon as she's on a date with a new dude, he's out the window dressed like Candyman talking about sweet a dee dee. Then they say, get the fuck out of here. So what do you guys feel about that? Is it true? What? Did I cut out?
Do y'all hear that? Or is that just me?
That's probably just you because you
She like
didn't.
scratchy.
You broke something with your voice. Now I don't hear it no more.
It's like scratchy. I don't know if it's your mic.
That's you.
You're talking. How is it my mic? Uh-oh.
Tori has the same mic as me, so.
I'm not using that mic tonight. I'm in my
Oh,
room.
okay, okay.
Because Violet's in her room, so. Well, Suki's in her room, so.
Oh, suki. But how do you guys feel about that? Like, is it true that guys will just sometimes be like not feeling a relationship, but then when they realize that the lady has moved on, they're like, you know what? That was my boo.
We too old for that conversation. I don't give a shit if you move on. Shit, that's one less headache I gotta deal with.
No.
But I'm talking about him
Yeah.
trying to get back with the girl after he said, you know, I don't want to cheat on you, so I'm gonna just leave the relationship. Then he go out, sow his royal oats, and then come back and realize, you know what? I had it good at home.
Yep. It
Well,
could be like that.
one thing I can say is if he can still consider it home, you know, he should go home then. The fact is, sometimes, you know, it takes trial by error. Sometimes you get out there and you find out the grass ain't always greener.
But
And it's time to go back to the crib.
I feel like it's
No,
playing with
it's not
people's
that
hearts.
Exactly. If you want to be alone, go on and be alone. But when I move on,
Right.
time's up, bro. Don't come back to me talking about someone want a second chance. No, your second chance is out the door once you leave.
Y'all confusing me now. The reason why y'all confusing me is because forever and ever I've always heard people say, I want a real brother. I want somebody who's gonna be real with me. And when you
You can be real with me.
you know,
You can
when
be
hit some
real with
facts,
me.
you get an adverse reaction. You know?
You can be real with me all you want to, but when I start to move on because you said you wanted to be alone, stay alone.
Right.
Stay the hell away from me
That means
because
he
I
can't
have
come back.
moved
He can't
on.
fall back in
He
love.
can't
That means once
come
you're done,
back
you're
and
done.
fall.
What if you want to come
He
back?
can't. If we're going, are we just going by that standard, or are we going by what's in the video?
In the
Because if we're
video.
going by that,
Because the fact
okay,
is, if
that's
they
what
say, it all depends on if she wants you back. You can come and cry and sing all you want, but if she don't want you back, you know, it means nothing.
Yeah,
Exactly.
but that just caused confusion with that person. You told this person that I don't want to cheat on you. I want to leave the relationship. I'd rather be alone right now. I just don't, you know, whatever. He told her.
What?
And then he
What did
went.
he say that's bad?
He didn't say anything bad. If it's that, then let it be that. But then now that he sees her with someone else, it's like, you know what? Maybe I was wrong. That just throws confusion into the mix. And now she didn't do anything wrong. She still had love for him. He broke it off. So,
And he could have, when seeing her with someone else, could have, you know, men are very simple. We are very simple guys.
don't seem like
one
it.
moment we
It
feel
really
like this,
don't.
the next moment we feel like that. And that moment, maybe he was being real with her at the time. Hey, I don't think I'm ready for this. And in that moment, he thought he was ready.
I
So,
think that
you want her back.
honestly,
Now it's up to her to want him back. But I feel like if that's what it took for him to say, you know what, I'm done, I'm ready to settle down, that almost is a good thing.
I think
If seeing me happy with someone else is what it takes for you to realize, oh, I love her, fuck you, nigga, get the hell on. Like, I'm
exactly.
sorry, I don't want that shit. let me be happy with the guy who is making me happy now because you said you couldn't do it. You didn't want to cheat on me. You didn't think you loved me or all this. Me being happy with somebody else, you still don't love me. You just don't want no other nigga to have me. Fuck that shit.
Can come back. What are you doing? You're messing up.
You know what? I can't argue with that.
But I think like this. Men sometimes jump the gun, and I feel like they move off of they say women are emotional. I think men are more emotional than women because he had to feel some type of way to say, I don't want to be in a monogamous relationship with you anymore, even though things might seem like it's going well. I don't think they are. So I'm going to go and find somebody else. You know?
I don't expect y'all to understand the intricate workings of a male's mind, just like I would never understand y'all.
It's just simple. It's very simple.
Simple.
You either
It's
love
not
us,
simple.
you either love us and want to be with us, or you don't. It's that simple. Men make it complicated because y'all want to leave, and
There's a gray area.
but y'all thrive in that gray area. We don't care about that. With us, it's usually just black and white. You want to be with us or not, or get the fuck out my face. Now
It's
with
because-
with men, they want to look at other things, and they sometimes are swayed by lust, sometimes they're swayed by their friends, sometimes they're swayed by social standards or whatever the case is. If you ain't a man and you ain't got 30 hoes, then you ain't doing nothing. Then a lot of times people are swayed by that too. But what I'm saying is that men get deterred and women don't. When we have eyes for somebody, we only see them.
That's a lie.
Listen,
I cannot
everything you
speak
just
for all-
said,
cannot speak
Jordan,
for all females. 'Cause
that's
they be them
all
girls in the club
speculation.
talking about.
That's
I
all
worked as a-
speculation. What you just said.
I
Nah.
worked as a bouncer for years, and they be in there, females be in there choosing just like males.
But that's them. I'm talking about from my experience.
That's personal. I can't speak on your.
As
I'm
as
not-
as a woman who would love to be in a monogamous relationship with one man who shows reciprocity, which means that you love me the way that I love you. That's all that women really want. And and if we have kids, be a good father. That's it.
No, because to be a good father, it takes a lot more than just be a good father. You understand? So there's a lot of things that go into being a good father. It's a lot of
Being
things
a good father to me is being the best father that you can. Trying.
So if I panhandle on the street, and come back to the kids and say, hey kids, I love y'all, give y'all a kiss. That's not being a good father. It's not being the best you can. It's a standard.
But
there's a
you don't
threshold. Don't get me
understand.
wrong.
When it comes to a woman will do anything. There's women right now staying in homeless shelters. There's women begging for food
I
and
agree.
money and everything, and she still has her kids with her because the only thing that she cares about is if those kids are gonna eat and stay warm and have some place to sleep that night. Men
I
give
agree.
up too easy. Y'all
I
be
agree.
like, you know what? I'm gonna go get a pack of cigarettes at the store, and then you never see them until about 30 years later, until that kid becomes a basketball player.
Well, then that's not a man. That's a grown boy. It's a big difference.
True,
It's a
and
big difference.
you know,
It's a big
true.
difference. A man. There's certain things that. So this is what I say to a lot of people. And I could be wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong. I feel like men sometimes have to come fully equipped in a functional relationship. There's a difference between dating and being actually in a serious functional relationship. I feel like a man has to come equipped and ready. I feel like a woman has the flexibility of growing in love. That's why they say women can grow in love with men. Men, we're in love or we're not.
I
You
think.
cannot.
I mean, I can semi agree with that, but that's only because maybe the woman may not be interested in that at that time, and then eventually she sees that, okay, he's really serious. Let me go ahead and be in love with
Let me
him.
love
But
her.
for the most part, I'm gonna just say this: women are natural, nurturing people, so we always are gonna love.
So let me elaborate what I'm saying. The reason why I say, and so the reason why men have to come equipped, I feel like, is because there's a few things that men have to provide. I feel like to be in a functional relationship, in a typical functional relationship, a traditional functional relationship, because there's definitely outer norms, of course. But I feel like a man has to be a good provider. Now, it all depends on how you feel about how how much a woman contributes to financially to a relationship. It all that's can be discussed. But he has to be a good provider. He has to be security. He has to make you feel secure and protected, and then also he has to make you feel motivated. I feel like a male has to make you feel like there could be a future, no matter how bleak you think the future is. I feel like he has to motivate you to make you feel like there could be a future. For you to be financially stable, give her that financial stability, there's steps that a man has to already have to be there. You feel me? In a traditional relationship, a male doesn't care how much a woman makes, because I'm looking for something other than a financial stability from you. You feel me? Females, women, I feel like look for different traits in men, just like males look for. I don't care about how much you make. I don't care about your future goals on getting a six pack or whatever it is. I care about how you make me feel motivated. I care about, do I think that you are a viable option to have children with? And I think how can I confide in you? Can I trust you? Are you loyal to me? That's what I'm looking for. And
I mean,
the things that a man needs, you have to already obtain those to meet the woman, but the woman can gain those things later on in the relationship. That's just how I feel.
I think like this. I get your point, and I agree with most of it. Now, the financial part of it, and Ken doesn't agree with me on this. This is not the 50s. We do not expect men to take care of us anymore unless we're looking for a rich man and we're gold diggers. I'm going to just lay that out there. For me, a relationship should be 50-50. If we're going to thrive together, then we're going to own things together. We're going to pay for things together. And we're going to have that real 50-50 relationship. And people may not agree with me on that, because maybe some people don't want to work and some people want to be provided for. That's your prerogative. I'm not that type of person. I'm going to always keep myself financially straight. So if the relationship doesn't work out, I know that I'm going to be able to take care of myself after that.
Yep.
So,
you okay, Ken?
So I hear what you're saying.
He's
because
okay.
of the circumstances, you are allowed to think like that. I guess it all depends on how traditional you are. A lot of traditional people.
I mean, I'm still traditional in a sense. Yeah, I'm still traditional in a sense that I'm going to make you feel like a man and you're going to be the king of the house. But just know that I'm going to be just as important, or you're equal in that relationship as well. I'm still going to cook. I'm still going to clean. I'm still going to do the, housely things, because I like things the way that I like them. And I want to, of course, if it's some little stupid things, then of course you can do them yourself. But as far as me, like, I love cooking. So I'm probably going to always be the one cooking, because that's just what I like to do. You know what I'm saying? I like an organized place. So if you're not an organized person, then I'm going to pick up that slack. But then, like I said, with reciprocity, I expect you to pick up slack where I don't. Like, as far as, maybe I may not be good at fixing cars, which unfortunately I am. My dad's a mechanic. He taught me a lot. So you don't even have to help me with that. But I'm just saying, some women don't know how to change a tire. And if I need that.
Don't know how to change a tire.
Can I give you a tad bit? And you don't have to take the advice, but can I give you
Go ahead. Stop being too independent?
Two things. No. I'm not even going to tell you that. Two things. A key component that a man needs, I feel like, to feel whole, is to feel needed, first off. Second off, a man's love is where he puts his money. Where he puts his money is where he puts his love. I promise you, where he spends his money is where his love is. So, like you said earlier, I'm gonna let him be a man. You gotta let him be a man. If you're into that traditional style of living.
I mean, yes, of course. If
It's
he
into that traditional style of living. You gotta. It's easy to say, oh yeah, we gonna go 50-50. So what? When the rent due, I'm gonna say, hey, the rent 1,000. I need 500. That's what I'm gonna say. No, I'm not
But
gonna
it
say
should
that.
already be worked out though. What I'm saying is let him be a man by if he wants to buy things or if he wants to um just have something solely for himself or provide something for me solely out of his own pocket, then that's fine. But the thing is that I'm the type of person like I like to feel needed too. Because I put it like this. If I'm just sitting there at home and you're doing everything, right? You're out there. I'm at home. There's other people that's gonna be walking by you and catching your eye and things like that. Like, what do I need her for? She's just sitting at home.
That's insecurity.
Exactly.
Nah.
I like to feel
Yeah,
needed too.
That's
Security.
insecurity. Because,
It's like I want somebody to be like, you know what? If this woman walks out my life, I will not be able to function. I won't eat. I won't be able to eat. She cook everything for me. She take care of all of this. She organize everything. I ain't gonna be able to function right, man. I want to feel needed too.
hey, bringing money into the relationship is awesome, but you have to come in with the understanding that that's not your money, that's our money. It's like my money is not my money, it's our money.
But that's
When
the
you start that
point.
my money, your money stuff, that's a recipe for disaster.
No, it's not it's not a our money thing. It's a point of we're both contributing to this pool of money. And this is the same conversation that I kind of had with Ken, and he still didn't understand it. The point is that if you want to be the breadwinner, of course, we already know in society, men make more money than women. We can have the same exact job title. Men are going to make more. I'm pretty sure Ken makes more money than me, and we have the same job title. What?
Is he typing?
Ken, what?
Audio.
Oh, now I can hear you. You got to talk.
can
Turn
hear
your
you.
turn your volume up on Discord.
Listen, I don't like this topic
Why don't you like this topic?
because the topic is because I know Suge and I know me. We're only gonna go run in circles. You see, you're dealing with two, as you so-called would say, we're a man's man, and you guys are how you guys are. So we will never see
Never understand.
eye to this topic at all. Period. That's why I'm not really saying it.
Facts.
We're gonna have to disagree because we're not saying women should be submissive and in the kitchen and pregnant, but what works and what we feel is proper is not what you guys feel is proper. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm the type of guy go to work every day, hand my girl a check, make sure her license plate turned off. When I ask for something, make sure I get it. I don't want to deal with paying bills. I don't want to deal with talking to people.
You don't have
I need you
to.
to be. I need you to be. I need you to be basically.
On my team.
It's gonna be terrible. It's gonna be a terrible thing to say, but I need you to be my
What up,
personal
Greg?
assistant in some way to where I'm dealing with the world and the streets, so you don't have to. So make sure that I don't have to deal with things.
But see,
when I
that's
get home.
but that's what
I
you're
need
not.
you
But
to make sure
hold on.
good, so that I can make sure the outside is good.
But this is what you're not understanding though, because what I'm trying to say is that shut up, Kim. I'm trying to be your piece. You're out there and you want to be the breadwinner. If I don't have a job, I feel like you might be overexerting yourself trying to build something or trying to provide for.
For me.
But I'm just saying, I'm trying to be your piece. So if I am contributing to that, you don't have to work as hard. We're both working together.
We don't care about money. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
It's not about the money though. It's about the
That's what I'm
peace.
saying. If I'm working, I can help you contribute. But I don't need your
But
money
we're
to help
telling you,
contribute.
how
I
we
need you to
need
make
you to
sure
be
I'm
our
good on the
peace.
back end.
We're
Talking about-
verbalizing and telling you what we need for you to be our peace.
I don't care about how much money
So
you make.
peace
I don't care if you
is
bring a dollar in here. If you don't bring a dollar, I'm gonna make sure we straight regardless. But I understand what you're saying. You feel like if you working is gonna help you because my wife has been a stay-at-home mom for years, and I seen her work and I seen her not work. stay-at-home mom works for us because we have a mass conglomerate of children. So,
True.
I don't want to pay daycare, so it works out. I make amount that is able to sustain me and my family. I feel like we're comfortable. Now, if and when she's ready to work, that is going to double our income, which is going to give us more money, yes. But that also, in turn, I'm thinking in my mind, damn, now I got to worry about extra stuff at the crib. So I know that I inherit money. We inherit money stability, but now other things I got to worry about at the crib. When right now our system is I make sure everything good, the bills taken care of. I handle all bills, all everything, car, everything, and she makes sure our kids are straight. She makes sure I'm straight. She makes sure I'm fed. She makes sure the house straight. I mean, I clean up a lot. I wash the clothes and shit like that. Don't get me wrong. We just have a more traditional role.
It's 50-50, and I feel like if I understand
It's really
it.
100-100.
I understand that it's different when kids come into play. I understand it's different when kids come into play because of the whole daycare situation. And me, if I were to have kids with someone, then I would definitely want to not work for, the first part of their lives to kind of, bond with them and spend time with them. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I want my child to be able to go to either daycare or school, able to
breastfeed.
able to speak and tell me what's happening when they're not with me. That's what
I think that not everybody is able to breastfeed.
Yeah.
I do agree. Breastfeed if you can. That's what I say.
Okay.
I'm a big proponent of breastfeed. I'm a big proponent.
But
don't get me wrong. I'm not like hating on women who breastfeed. I personally can't. I have sickle cell anemia.
Mm-hmm.
My breast milk would transfer the illness over to any other future children that I have, so I physically cannot breastfeed.
Understood.
But I have the option to use breast milk.
Surrogates is an awesome thing. There's definitely they call them hyper pumpers, people that produce ounces and ounces a day. They sell them.
Yeah.
They're a very good thing, very nutritious. I think it's the best form of living. But you know what? Hey, I'm a formula baby, and I came out just fine. So it's just what you can.
Similar.
I don't remember what I was. I don't know.
I don't know what.
I got me some tanks at the crib, 100% breastfed. Look like, I'm talking about purebreds. So that's what I'm a proponent.
But I feel like I understand it's different when kids come into play. But me as a woman, like, cleaning up and cooking is so easy. It gets done very quickly. And I would get bored at home, and then I wouldn't be happy. And you don't want an unhappy wife every time you come in the door. That's how problems start, because I'm at home all day waiting for you to come home, and now I'm about to talk your head off, ask you what you did at work, who you talk to, what you eat, what you ate for lunch, all of this stuff.
You're overthinking it. You'll figure it out.
But that's the truth. I'm telling you.
No, you're overthinking it.
I've done it before. I've done it before. Trust me, I know. I've done it before. I've been the working. I've been the working wife. I've been the stay-at-home wife. I've been the whatever. I know how it ends up.
Honestly, I think it just depends on the couple, because I've been with a man who is Mr. Mom, and then he can go out to. This man worked at an airport on like the ground, so he was like actually physically moving airplanes and stuff, and then would come home, best father in the world, like a champion, really. So it really is just about the couple and what they want in their partner.
Yeah.
You just want an old styled marriage, and that's okay. It's just not for me. I'm a more modern woman. I need to be able to contribute to my husband, and we need to be able to come together and communicate about how we're feeling this week, what we want to do better this week, what we want to do better with our kids and stuff like that. But I don't think I could ever just be sitting at home with our children just waiting for you to get off work so you could tell me how your day was, and I'm cooking 3 squares a day. Like, it bothers me that, like, it doesn't bother me. There are women who want to be stay-at-home wives. That's just not how I'm built. I need to be working. I've spent too much time in bed and doing nothing. But that's trauma related. So, you know,
I
it really just depends on your partner and
I
what you
just
both agree on.
I just can't do it. I think that everybody and people in relationships should respect that everybody has their own personal goals that they're trying to reach as well. So,
Yep.
like you said, I agree with you on the part where you said that they should be supportive. That's one thing that I'm looking for in a partner as well, is that you have to be supportive of me. And then when I'm not 100% available to you because I'm reaching my goals, you have to understand that
I
Hmm.
understand.
sometimes you ain't gonna come first. I'm sorry. That's
That's true. You are
You ain't
correct.
gonna come first.
Let's move
Understood.
on.
Yeah, to be
Let's move
honest,
on.
my partner will
Amen.
probably,
Amen. Amen. You got it.
whichever partner I get next isn't gonna come first for a
yeah.
while. I mean, I got Suki, so she's
Oh,
always gonna be first before any man.
Okay,
Oh
so
Lord. Okay, Ken.
let's go to the next topic.
Yeah. Ding,
Let's
ding, ding, ding.
see. Let's see what the next topic is.
Hey,
Oh,
let's talk about something going on in the world right now, man. That's what I
okay.
love.
Well,
Are you better?
let me just get this out the way first. And who cares? News. It's R. Kelly's birthday. Who cares?
Ooh, the Pied Piper of Love.
No, the
Talking
Pied
about,
Piper of
hey,
molestation.
hey, look,
Anyway, what y'all
legend,
have for
legend.
dinner?
He ain't never been, he ain't never been found guilty on nothing. Don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna sit up and
They can't take it
defend
to
him.
court. They can't take it to court. His stuff is just waiting to be taken to trial because of all of the COVID stuff. Let's not act like this man is not guilty. Let's not act like this man hasn't said himself he did the shit. Anyway,
That
what
man
y'all
been
have for
nasty his
dinner?
whole life. He been
Because I'm
telling us
not
he's nasty
talking
his whole
about R.
life.
Kelly.
Okay, so next topic.
I can't defend him, but you know, being that, you know, I've been in litigations and things like that, and just it's a slippery slope, man.
Innocent
We
until
would love
proven
him.
guilty.
We loved him after we knew what he was doing, and now we want to cancel him when you know these other stories come up, man. I don't have an
No, no, no,
opinion.
no, 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 no. Let me tell you, my mother was a very big R. Kelly fan. Once she found out the very first time she found out she heard anything about R. Kelly, we stopped listening to R. Kelly. We completely stopped. I asked her why. She said we just don't listen to him anymore, and we moved on. When it came out years later, she explained to me this is why we don't listen to R. Kelly anymore. And I don't listen to R. Kelly. My daughter will not listen to R. Kelly. Her future children won't listen to R. Kelly. So it's not everybody that just jumped on the bandwagon. Some of us
It's
found
weird.
out
It's weird
when
when
it
you get
first
to a
came
certain
out and stopped fucking with them completely because we put our children first and we put the safety of others first. All these other people who want to crow about, well, those girls were fast. It happened so long ago. Well, we didn't know about it. And all the what about these other people? I don't fuck with them either because y'all are too fickle. You can sit here and listen to I Believe I Can Fly because the song is good. You can listen to Chris Brown because he can
Just
shook
good.
and jive. I'm not doing it. I don't do it.
The
You
thing is,
have to be able to
but then
separate.
we can't listen to music because we have to
No,
condemn everybody.
no, you cannot separate the art from the artist. If the artist is sitting here saying, yes, I wrote this song because I was having sex with this girl who was 10 times my young, like she was 10 years younger than me,
Was she
and
over
her
the age of
pussy
18?
was so
That's
her
all
pussy
that
was
matters to
so
me.
great. No,
I don't
because
condone
he
nothing under
said
the age of
it
18.
was because it's come out that these girls were underage.
And it's on video.
It's on video. They were
Check it out.
all underage. They
Y'all
were
on a
all
slippery
sex
slope.
slaves in his house. There's no slippery slope when they're
This
all
is
saying the
Yeah, it was
same
slippery,
thing.
y'all
pissy.
have
What's
to
slippery
put
slope?
the disclaimer that this is your interpretation because in the court he is still not been found guilty. Which I'm not going to sit here and defend this man. If he did do something, he deserved to rot in hell. I got children, but I know
That's
that
what I'm
I know
saying.
that
You
we
cannot tell
cannot.
me you can't tell me that you have children and then be okay with them listening to a person who has admitted himself he's done some things in so many words or less. Of course
I've
he's
never
not going
heard
to
him say
say
he had sex
anything
with a kid.
of course he's not going to outright say that he did these things. But when you see R. Kelly in the beginning of that video, he's saying, it's too late. They tried to put this on me before, but it's too late. That time has run out. You can't press those charges on me anymore. He knows what he did. The fact that he knows that there's a time limit, he knows what he
Hey,
was doing was wrong.
I'm not
So no, I'm
knowledgeable
not
enough about
gonna
the
sit
situation. I
here and
can't speak
play
on
I
it.
believe I can fly because my child is graduating fucking kindergarten. Get over it.
All I'm gonna
Anybody
say,
can write a
I'm,
song.
I can say that
Anybody can make a
I'm
hit.
convicted. I'm
But I'm not
convicted.
listening to someone
I'm
who made a
convicted of a
hit off the
crime.
back to young women. I'm not doing it.
Not listening. I'm convicted of a crime that can get me canceled. I didn't do it, but I'm convicted.
Hey, man, and it's a slippery slope. So let's move on, please.
so
It's his birthday, and I had tuna salad for dinner. I don't give a fuck.
so the next story is Dr. Dre suffers an aneurysm and
Yo,
rushed
see,
to UCLA.
that was crazy.
Shook back though. Shook back.
He shook back.
Dre is a known woman beater.
He is.
Y'all fuck with Dr. Dre?
Dr. Dre is a known woman beater. He black Michelle Lee eye.
Hey, man. She sound like a chipmunk. Man.
Okay,
her.
okay. Regardless of
Cancel.
what she sounds like, she's still a victim.
Yeah.
Suge.
100%.
Suge Knight beat her ass too.
Hey, Suge Knight was cold too. That's a
Suge
cold
Knight
shit,
is
too.
in jail though. The only like rapper in jail right now, I think. Well, the only rapper I don't think
He wasn't a rapper.
You know what?
He was
I'ma
a
shut
con
up.
artist.
There's a lot of rappers in jail right
Yeah,
now.
because I just thought about it. I was like, oh, there's a lot of them.
He's
Well,
not
Boosie beat his murder case.
Who?
Lil Boosie.
Boosie, he's a rapper.
Okay, so that was only part of the story. I kind of wanted to share this part.
That's hot.
Dr. Dre agrees to pay $2 million in temporary support to Nicole Young. Now, I'll speak first because I just advocated for independent women and for women to be able to make their own money and contribute to relationships. I just have a question is, was she shooting with him in the gym? Does she need $2 million in temporary support?
How long were they together?
Let me double check and see if I can find the answer.
Because the thing about those kinds of relationships is those women get asked for that much because they've started living a certain lifestyle, whether it's a lifestyle of luxury or entrepreneurship or whatever. They live that life because they were given that money by their spouses. To take it all away because we're getting a divorce, I don't think she should be entitled to all of his money, but just enough to help her get on her feet and start living within certain means instead of having to drop everything. But they did show the thing where it was showing her entertainment budget was like 50 million or some shit. I don't agree with that. Like there's other ways to entertain yourself. Like, come on.
I honestly,
You don't need that much money for entertainment. I mean,
I'll say
bowling
this.
is $50 for everyone that night.
I'll say this. I left a relationship with a lot of things invested and walked away with nothing. And I felt like that made me better, made me grind harder. My thing is this: if you have somebody like Dr. Dre as your husband, he has all these millions. He did Beats by Dre. He did all of this stuff. And you just sat there and you didn't invest in yourself and you didn't make a business or you didn't take some of that money and invest it, get properties. You didn't do any of that. And then now you want the money because now he wants a divorce. You had every opportunity in the world. A lot of women do not have the same opportunity as you to be married to a person with that much money. I'm pretty sure he would have supported that business. I'm pretty sure he would have done something. What were you doing?
So we're speaking on something that we like her aspect, her role in the relationship. We know absolutely nothing about. If she was with that man for over 10 years, I guarantee she helped in the development of his endeavors, which caused that amount of money.
Right, and we
She
don't
definitely
Yeah.
is
we don't know
entitled to
that.
something.
So just like Jeff Bezos and his wife, all of that stuff. When he had all that money, he
I
gave
mean, he
her
I
some.
gave her
guarantee
half
it was
the
something he
key in
called her and he
that.
said, "Hey, baby, I need you to do this for me. I'm out of town." That right there earned her money. That right there. He needed her. I guarantee it's been some call, some situation, whether it be emotionally, physically, romantically, whatever. He needed her to help himself, and I feel like because of that, she's entitled to some compensation. I do not agree that she gets half and all that. It all depends on what the prenup is. That's predetermined.
There is a
But it's
prenup
2
that
million.
says that she. I don't know what exactly it says, but I don't think she gets pretty much anything. But my thing is this: I agree with your statement. When you're in a relationship, as long as they were, and I think they were over 10 years, if I'm not mistaken. It doesn't say the exact time, but you, as a partner, if she was a good partner, she was helping in some type of way. So she does deserve something, but what I'm saying is that you had all this time, and even though you were helping him and you were supporting him and you were doing all these things for him, you still could have done something for yourself as well. Now, from what I understand is that she might have been a lawyer before they were married. So you mean to tell me you
She put her
didn't
career on hold.
but you didn't
Yeah,
do anything? You didn't review any contracts, you didn't start a little business, like a little management team on the side, anything, none of that? Like,
But
Yeah, like
sometimes
that.
for a person that's so big, sometimes I can imagine his career is all consuming. His career has to be the focus for it to stay and do and maintain. So just like Diddy and all of them, I'm sure that their partners couldn't have done things like that because they were so focused on their career. Which then you become a partner, and then then you guys can discuss how much you think that person deserves. But it just all depends on what their relationship was, the dynamic of their
right.
relationship.
And I
I know that they
understand,
had children.
they had kids and stuff like that, so maybe
Mhm.
she wanted to stay home and take care of them and
Yeah,
things, but go ahead, Ken, if your audio works.
Y'all hear me?
Mhm.
yeah.
What she's arguing is that the prenup was dissolved, stating that he had tore it up. But tearing up something doesn't legally take it out of the court system if it isn't amended, retracted in the court system. So she's arguing that the prenup was known that he ended the prenup sometime in their relationship. But I mean, I think at this time it's a petty situation because he's pushing it through the legalities because she's asking for a lot of money. He can afford to pay it, but she's asking for a lot. But the thing about it is we're speaking on something we don't know the backstory on. We don't even know
Yeah.
why they're getting a divorce.
Right.
We don't even know why they're getting a divorce. I would like to move on to the next topic because we went from R. Kelly to
I
Dr.
agree.
Dre.
Okay, so let's go ahead and get into what happened yesterday.
You talking about the revolution? Are you talking about that revolution?
What about
Celebrate
yesterday?
it.
The Privolution. That's what that was.
The
I'm
privilege.
gonna tell y'all.
Oh, you know what? I'm
I've been doing
sorry. I'm
scientific
sorry. Hold on.
research.
Before you let it off, before you let it fly, I did have one other topic. Kanye and Kim are getting a divorce.
Yeah,
So what?
man.
God dang.
So what?
Kanye mentally ill and homosexual, and that's okay.
That's
So
the
just let him
allegation.
live.
But
He's
they're
probably not homosexual. Jeffree Star did come out and say that he didn't have relations with
right.
Kanye. They probably just hung out together at Kim's expense.
Right.
It was
I
most
think
fucking
that it's just getting really messy, and I think it has a lot to do with that family. That family
yeah.
always has some drama surrounding them, and
Yep.
when he first got with them, I was already side eyeing it.
They gonna make
Yeah.
some money off of this somehow.
They will.
Oh
They about to turn into a chick.
But not only did they have rumors of
Yay next.
Kanye messing around with that person because he has had racial allegations against himself as well.
Yep.
But it says that Kim Kardashian was dating Von Jones.
Van Jones. So
The
what?
black lawyer, right?
That's that. I think that's just.
from,
I think that's.
TMZ.
I think that no, that's not. That's Van. That's another Van. This is the CNN correspondent, Fox he's a political
Pundit.
analyst and things like that. Yeah, I like that word, pundit. But the thing about it is, I think they're just trying to push this. It's agenda driven. It's just weird. I would just like to move on.
I just needed to bring up the topic. That's all. That's the
Man,
that
fuck-
was on
fuck-
that was
It's
on the
just weird.
sheet.
Here's the thing. That looks like we're in COVID and we need stories. That's all that is, man. It's crazy.
Okay, well, it was just on the sheet. I'm sorry. I just wanted to touch on it. It was big news. Sorry.
It's not really a whole COVID agenda. They've been having issues earlier this year with COVID going on. Remember, they were driving somewhere and like they got pictures of Kim and Kanye just arguing in the car and she's crying. Like, he's been like going crazy, and unfortunately she cannot handle that. She wanted to marry a rich man. Kanye is a rich man.
No. She
And,
wanted to marry a rich black man. Don't forget that.
I'm not even. It is what it is.
We're not doing
No,
that here.
sometimes these men have problems, not just checks. They have problems too. So she should have. I mean,
Ever since his
if
mama
she
died.
if she really loved him, she would have gotten him help, and she didn't do enough to get him help.
Yeah.
But also,
they are
he
a
might not have been accepting
Yes.
of help because he was also trying to push the story that Kim was trying to have him locked up like they did in Get Out. So if I try to get my husband help and he doesn't want it, the next thing I can do for me and my children is move on. Do what you
We-
gotta do, Kim. I would love to stop keeping up with the Kardashians involuntarily. Like, I'm so bored by them.
Right.
My thing is, here's the thing. I'm a Kanye fan.
Hold on, you're breaking up, Kim.
My
Hold
thing
on. Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Good.
I'm a Kanye fan and supporter. I just don't care. Instead of talking about what he's got going on and this, that, and the other, let's show a little bit of compassion to mental health because we all suffer from something, and then we cannot understand. We're not in their house. That's why I don't care. I would just like for, people to not necessarily always attack Kanye because we don't know what that man going through. You know what I'm saying? Because then as soon as he
Why
does
that-
something,
Here's why that doesn't work. Is because you can have mental problems all you want to. My problem starts when you start taking it out on people who ain't got nothing to do with you, and you stand up in front of millions of people to do it. You do not go and say you're gonna run for president in the middle of a very fucking important election year. You do not get up on your platform and then say slavery was a fucking choice. You do not get up on your
let's talk about that.
platform.
No, listen. Let's talk about that.
That black
Let's
women are
slavery. Here's the thing.
No,
The
we
thing about
don't
this is
do that.
slavery.
We
Slavery
start
was a
using
choice.
I'm about to cut all this shit
Slavery
off.
was a choice.
I'm about to cut all this shit off.
Could have
It's-
died in the ocean.
The thing is this. The only problem with that conversation is that people don't want to understand and don't want to. You gotta say you discrediting your people when you say this. Yes, I'm glad that whoever is in my lineage and decided to or was forced to be in bondage or whatever. But I also want to champion my people in my lineage that decided not to be. The only problem was this. The word is the word choice. And no, we didn't have a choice to be slavery and to be in bondage, whatever, but we did have a choice to not be. That's the problem. People don't want to go and say that, yes, there are people who were slaves, but there are also people who fought back. And that's disrespectful and the spitting to your lineage's face to people who fought back and decided to not want to be a slave, which was a choice. The only thing was it was two fucked up choices: to be in bondage or to die.
Hey, man,
That's the
people
choices.
People villainize that word choice, and I'm 100% with you. It sucks. It's a hard conversation to have, and I find that it's extremely hard to have with black people, with fellow black people, because it's oversimplified. And I understand there's a lot of things that go into that bag, but the actual facts of it is that it was a choice. Now, I don't agree with the context that he used it,
Right.
but I do agree with the historical fact of it, because they could have chosen, which I'm happy that my lineage didn't, but they could have chosen to die in the sea. They could have chosen to die on that field or wherever they are. They could have chosen that, or they could have chosen different routes, but they didn't. They chose to do the right thing for their family, for their lineage, for the future, and I reap the benefits of that. So it's both sides. So I agree with Ken 100%.
So here's what's the problem with what you guys are saying. We cannot pick. We can't be hypocrites. We cannot pick and choose which context for certain people to be in when we have Kanye saying things like slavery was a choice, but we also have Trump saying things like stand back and stand down. So depending on depending on if you like that person or not, you're able to understand the context. We can't be hypocrites here.
So that's apples and oranges.
That's not apples and oranges.
Because you have to understand that they sensationalized his soundbite, because he apologized right after he said it and said, "I misspoke," and then he went on to elaborate on what he meant. But
that's why he does not need to be president.
No, but what I'm trying to tell you, man, nobody gives a fuck about him and his presidency and this, that, and the other, but it's like this. Everybody has an issue with the person because of personal reasons, and we cannot argue what a person does. I can fucking say I want to be president and I have the capacity to run. It's all about money. That's it. If you got the money to run, you can fucking run. All four of us on here can run for fucking president. But what I'm trying to say is it's pop culture, and it was sensationalized. He was sensational. The soundbite was sensationalized, and then he was vilified. You got to understand, it's a fucking game. This world is a game, and then
it is. But this is why
we can't be knee jerk in our opinion. Sometimes we gotta let shit play out, sit back, digest it, and try to understand where it's coming from, and then don't go off the rails with trying to cancel people. When you go and just say, like, I don't fuck. Here's the thing. Everybody stopped fucking with Kanye when he stopped agreeing with what the masses was agreeing with. Because when he said
that's not true.
Don't like black people. No, when he said college dropout and George Bush don't like black people, he was the greatest thing since sliced bread. And then once you go into and gotta understand the psyche of a person. This man lost his mother. He was given
he should have gotten help for that.
Listen, hold on. You can't tell people what to do when they're going through something. So
you can't tell people what to do, but you can take a look at your life and see the direction that it's going and see, maybe I do need help. It's been too many years of people saying Kanye is crazy and him being in the news and him
crazy.
He has to see himself.
We have to stop that narrative and calling people. We got to. Here's the thing. We can't go one side.
He knows he's sick. He should.
Here's the thing. No. Here's the thing.
He's instead choosing to change the narrative.
But look what you said. You said his mental. He says his mental issue is a superpower. I would like to say that my mental illness is a superpower because it begets me to be where I am today, because there's things that go on personally with people, because we all have issues, but we just go about them in different type of ways. The only difference between us and Kanye is he's in the spotlight and he has money, and we assume that people with money should be fine.
And I agree with
That's the
you
thing.
when you say it's all a game. But at the same time, this is why we don't need businessmen. We don't need celebrities. We don't need people who's been on TV trying to run for president.
Why do we give a fuck? Why do we care?
mean, why
Let the
do we
man do what he
care?
want to do. Why do we have an opinion on what this man does? Why does that concern?
Because
a
it
portion
makes
of our
our
brain?
situation
No, it
worse.
doesn't. It does not. No, it does not. What
It
Kanye
does.
says and does has nothing to do with me.
You might think like that, but the sheep don't, and they have people that actually voted for him, and that's the
Okay.
problem. That's
Can
the
I-
problem.
I want to make one point. So, Trump supporters are derivative from pain. I feel like a Trump supporter is someone who feels like they are misunderstood. I feel like a Trump supporter is someone who was in ridicule for the way that they believe. And I'm not talking about a Trump supporter, somebody who believes in Trump because he's a Republican. I'm talking about a Trump supporter who believes in him that he's sent by God. Those are the Trump supporters I'm speaking about. Those are people who are really hurt people. So they're to the point where you cannot tell them anything that's going to make them disagree with anything that Trump says, because they have their back against the wall. You feel me? I'm on the fence with Trump. I really hate the way that he was portrayed in the media, because I feel like he was being portrayed illy during it. I mean, just unnecessary. If he sneezed, he was making headlines. But I also believe that he made his own bed and he has to lay in.
Right.
Just because you can say it, don't mean you should say it. And another thing I can say, no matter if you disagree with me or not, there was a dirty job that needed to be done in America, and it took a dirty man to do it. And I feel like he started the conversation that America probably needs to continue to have. I'm talking
What
about
dirty job? What dirty job?
The only job
is Donald
I'm
Trump
talking about
need to do?
our problem, and I know that this is going to get negative because I don't want y'all to think I'm incompassionate or everything.
No.
I'm from California.
It's not about to
I'm
bash.
talking about immigration.
What?
I'm talking about we need to do something at the border. We need to do something. It's a lot of things that need to be done in America. America should be first. I do agree. America has been putting other people before the American people for too long, and I
No, we
feel like
haven't.
Americans should be put first on the table.
Okay, so when you say that, and this,
When you
and
say
and
that-
and I want to just reiterate to you guys here and to our viewers that this is not a podcast that bashes people. I want to say this. When you say America has not put Americans first,
Yeah.
who are we talking about? Because from what I've experienced and from what I've seen and from what the history of America that I've researched and what was also taught to me in school is that black people have always been last. So what
So,
America are you
I'm
talking
not
about?
talking about. I wasn't talking about race. I didn't get into race. I'm talking about Americans. Period. I'm talking about Americans. Period.
Okay,
Now, when
but-
you get into
but-
race, well, that's a whole nother subsection.
Right.
But isn't
talking about
America
America.
isn't America the melting pot? Weren't we built on immigrants? Weren't we
See,
built
you're trying,
on
you-
things
you-
like that?
You're trying to subtract. What I'm talking about is America as a whole right now. We'll dive into race and all of that. I
Okay.
definitely agree with you that we have been mistreated and we have gotten the short end of the stick. But I'm talking about America as a whole, and it all starts with a lot of times our people. And I'm speaking directly to our people right now. We need to become more educated on the actual fuck the president. We need to start talking about the Senate, the House, our local mayors, our representatives, our councilmen. You know, everybody knows a councilman that's crooked as hell. A councilman is a real person. A councilman has a voice. We need to start concentrating on them people because that's the government that really matters to us. Now, on a global scale, the House Speaker, the Majority Leader, those are two very important aspects. For a long time, it was Mitch McConnell and it was Nancy Pelosi. Everybody has been hearing those names recently. But because of Mitch McConnell, because of Nancy Pelosi and their partisan ways, it caused America to feel left out. to feel unwanted. The way we feel at the end of 2020 could have been resolved with a stroke of a pen, but they choose not to. And I'm not just talking about stimulus checks. I'm talking about life in general. They have the power to really ratify our laws, not just make our laws, ratify our laws. And I feel like we need to become more educated on that. Fuck the president. I'm happy. I'm happy that Trump is gone, not because of the things that some people would typically say, because a lot of people call Trump a racist and anything like that. I don't think Trump was racist at all. You know what I think Trump was? Trump was misunderstood. Trump was misinformed. The wrong word. Misinformed. How the hell I expect a 70-year-old white man who ain't never spent no time in the hood to understand me? That'll never happen. That's like.
But see, that's the problem. We need to stop electing these type of people. That's the problem.
Well, that's a deeper root in America. The Electoral College, that's a whole nother story. The Democratic, the Republican, the GNC, the GOP. The DNC and the GOP. That's a whole different category. But what matters to us, the things that we should vote on, is locally, where the president don't got nothing to do with it. Because at the end of the day, they're gonna always. I'm not gonna say because I believe our votes count. I'm not one of them that's gonna tell you don't vote. La la la. I believe our votes count, but they're always going to have an angle. We need to become more educated.
I think I put it like this. I agree with you when you say that they're people at the end of the day, but they're also people with a conscience. And if their heart and their conscience isn't in the right place and they're only thinking about themselves and their counterparts and the people who are in their wealth class, then of course they're not thinking about us. The problem is that what I feel is that every state individually has an agenda. Why is it that where the majority of black people live, which would be maybe some of the southern states, are always red?
No, just metropolis, any kind of metropolitan. That's where we live.
But what I'm saying is, it's a lot deeper than what people are making it out to be. And I think that, yes, politics are a sham and it's just a facade. It's a circus at the end of the day, but they still voted for Trump. And I feel like, and this is what I see and what I've interpreted, I'm not going to discount anybody's views or ideas, but at the same time, when you say Trump's not racist, he just had the wrong ideas or whatever.
No,
I feel like he's.
Go ahead, Joya. Sorry, I'll make my point next.
He still didn't denounce things. If somebody came up to me and been like, "I heard you smoke crack,"
what more do y'all want this man to say? This man has said.
The problem is no.
You're only going to get so much from Trump.
I get that.
Him to drop on bended knee and say,
I get that. I get that. But all I'm going to say is that if he wanted to be treated fairly, then they should have done the same thing to the president before him. Obama how many times have he had to say that he was born in Hawaii? How many times did Trump press him about his birth certificate? He had to explain himself multiple times. They got mad at the dude for wearing a khaki suit. But Trump doesn't have to. But Trump doesn't have to explain himself when they have the good boys claiming him and saying that Trump is telling us to do this. He supports us doing this.
You know what? I think that Trump.
But Obama has to explain himself with a tan suit, though.
One thing I'm going to say is this.
Okay.
I just hope the next black president ride for us the same way Trump rode for his people. Simple as that.
But the problem is his people were the racist people. And the people who were considered the sheeps because they are less than. They are the people who live in the trailer parks, or the people who don't have as much money, or the people who can't really think for themselves, or the people who live off of the land because they're easily swayed. Those were his people. Those were his people.
Trump, from the very beginning, has done nothing but spout hate his entire campaign.
You're going to have to wait, Ken.
His whole presidential speeches, before he was president, he was talking about build a wall, lock her up. He did nothing for 4 years except spout his hatred and talk about how he was doing all these great things. Meanwhile, we have these kids in cages. We have
Everybody froze.
funding for programs
Can
for
anybody hear
schools
me?
that were
Yes.
just shut down. We've had him
I
talk
don't know what
about
happened.
we've had him talk about how things overseas were terrible, and he just kept continuing to continuing to do awful things. And when he lost the vote, he kept lying and say, "Oh, I won the vote, and they are cheating me, and they're doing all this to me
He
to make sure
riled
that
that situation
he
up.
riled that crowd up. He said, "We're gonna go to the Capitol and we're gonna march and we're gonna knock down the doors and get some answers."
Hold on,
And
Ken.
then he got in his car,
Let me
and U-turned and went back to the White House with his family and watched as they raided the Capitol.
And didn't
So
want
no.
to get the what you call it?
Ken,
National Guard. Didn't want to get the
Didn't-
National Guard. Not to mention
Never fought the
this
National Guard.
goes back history with this man. This man should have never been elected because of the fact that in the 80s, don't forget about the Central Park 5.
Exactly.
Don't forget about his
Exactly.
lawsuits with housing discrimination. Don't forget about
Exactly.
all of that shit. He wants to be the best businessman. I'm the best person for this country, but how many bankruptcies have you had, Trump?
Exactly.
Can you get this country out of debt? No.
no, we need a stimulus package. We had never.
No, we don't need we didn't need a stimulus package. He handled the coronavirus pandemic horribly. He was telling people not to wear a mask.
You know why? Because he is a businessman. He's not a president. He is a businessman, and all his
Terrible
business is
businessman
to
at that.
fail.
Nice.
Exactly.
businessman.
He treated America like he treated his business. He tanked it and made people hate each other for no real reason. And if you want to sit here and say Trump's not a racist, Trump's lineage goes back to his parents being part of the Klan. Yes, the man is a racist. Anyone who says build a wall to keep Mexicans and other people from coming into this country that is so great, we're so great, and yet we're in debt.
So
And
How are we
yet
what
his
would you do then? What would you do about it? What would be your solution for illegal immigration?
We're
my
not even gonna
solution.
talk about illegal immigration.
I'll
We're
talk
gonna
about it.
keep
I don't care.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
I'll-
talking about problems because
So we
you
talking
want to
about
say
illegal immigration, not legal
that
immigration.
he wasn't racist, but he sat by and called Black Lives Matter terrorists. He sat by and trashed Colin Kaepernick's name and demanded that he was fired from the NFL, and that's exactly what the NFL did, because you know who runs the NFL? Fucking Trump supporters, which is why you'll never catch me at another football game as long as I live. So yeah, you can say that he was a racist.
Okay,
He is a
Go
racist.
ahead.
Go-
He's going to die a racist.
go ahead, Ken, and talk, and then I
Whatever
will.
happens to him next, he deserves. He is going to court. He is going to pay
He
for all
needs
that
to
he's
go
done.
to jail.
I agree.
These fake ass apologies that he's giving out now, I don't believe a word of them. And if you do, you smoke crack for breakfast.
let Ken talk, and then I would tell you after he's done what I would do about illegal immigration. Go ahead, Ken.
Thank-
So, can y'all hear me?
Yes.
All right.
You better be talking some real shit.
No, I'm finna. Here's the thing.
It's thing.
Y'all not gonna agree with anything I'm saying.
Oh Lord.
First of all,
Do we ever though?
let's go to the bare bones of what we're arguing right now. We're arguing about a white man being a
Oh,
racist.
white man.
Let's take that off the
We're not
table.
arguing about a white man being a racist.
Let's take
We're talking
let's
about
take
our
that off the table.
president being a racist.
Right. Listen, hold on. I'm gonna say something, and y'all probably not gonna like it. The word racist
Oh,
doesn't
Lord,
even even exist. If you look it up, the word is just racism. There's no such
So
word as
anyway,
racist. That's a
you
word that
cannot-
no, hold on. I'll let y'all talk for 10 minutes.
Hey, I
No,
know you didn't know,
because
and I agree
now
with you.
because we're saying something kind of
Self-empowerment.
ignorant,
Empower the people
racist.
first. I agree.
Racist
That's
isn't
it.
a
That's
word.
all
No,
it is.
no, it's not. Self-empowerment
No, it's not.
and loving
It's
your
only cool for black people.
no. We never considered ourselves racist. When we say black
Hey,
power,
here's the thing. I'm a racist.
Ken.
I'm a racist.
I'm a
You're
racist.
racist.
I'm what
I
black
ain't got
people
nothing
are.
to do with
Oh,
you.
okay. Hold on. Let me tell you guys the difference because obviously you don't know. Obviously you don't know. When we say black power and we say Black Lives Matter, we're only saying that we are just as important as our counterparts, which would be white
the
people.
thing.
No,
We
shut
gotta
up, Ken.
stop- no,
Shut
no,
up,
no.
Ken. Shut up, Ken. Shut up, Ken. Let me finish. Let me finish.
No. Y'all talk for 10 minutes.
I'm-
I haven't said nothing the whole podcast.
I'm giving
I haven't said nothing.
I'm giving you the definition of
I haven't said
racist.
shit.
Let me give you the definition of racist and you can continue. Racist is thinking that your race is superior to any other
You
race.
damn right. You're damn right. You're damn right. I'm gonna tell you this. It's like this. Suge is a goddamn Cowboys fan. I'm a goddamn Saints fan. I think my team. Hold on, no, listen. Cause here's the thing. You gotta go elementary on this type of shit, man. Cause it's just this. It's two people going against each other. And the thing about this is it's a fucking race and competition to the top. The problem is we don't like him because he likes his people overtly. He likes his people overtly. I want this, I want that. And he spoke to his demographic. What the fuck we need is someone who look like us to
Who gonna
speak
go
to
for
us.
That's why I said I just want
We-
the black
Unapologetically,
go hard for
I
us
let
like you
y'all
did for
talk. I let y'all talk. That go hard for us. The problem is this. Man, fuck Trump. Fuck the president. Fuck everything. First of all, we're arguing from the middle class. Them people don't give a fuck about us anyway. It's either you rich or you're poor. That's the fucking minimum. And we're the ones running the country. We pay our taxes. We go to work every day and we run the fucking country. The people who rich ain't doing shit for us and the people who are poor aren't doing nothing for us. But you have to speak to your demographic. Now, we didn't talk so long. I've lost a few of my points. But what I'm going to say is if you, like Terry said, the local government is what the fuck we need to be worried about. Fuck the Proud Boys and who we with and this, that, and the other. But the thing is this, if you look at you always say BLM and whatever group that went over and stormed the Capitol, whatever, the problem is this. We as black aren't radical. That's what it is. We're not radical because you go and say, if it was black people, we would have been killed and shot. If it was this, we'd have been this, that, and the other. The problem is this, it will never be us because we'll never do anything like that. We can't come together. We can't come together long enough to do anything.
Hey,
because
Mom.
we're busy trying to be equal. I don't want to be equal to anyone. No white man is better than me. We're still trying to be equal. We still want to be at their table. We can have our own fucking table, but we don't do it. We want to be a part of something. We want to be inclusive instead of exclusive. That's the problem. Fuck the government. Fuck whatever's going on. Fuck what they did Tuesday, this, that, and the other. Because the thing about it is this. Everybody say, why? And I'm going to go from a security standpoint because I've been a part of protests. The problem with BLM and the other black organizations that assemble is that this. The reason they mobilize in the National Guard and the police are always a presence because we do things the right way. We call. We tell them how many people are going to be there.
We get
this
permits.
is where we're going to be. And then they assume and tell us, well, you can come from this time to this time. This is your line, and you can't fucking cross it. And the problem is this, we're so ingrained in our head that we have to follow the rules that we're not willing to push the line.
Now I can
We stay in line.
I can
And
agree
the
with
difference
that.
What they did is they went against the fucking line. And nobody gives a fuck about what they did. 4 people was killed. 1 officer was killed. And the thing is this, they got what they were going to do. But the thing about it is blacks are not going to do it because they have us in line.
I can agree with
We-
that because
we
without
just- we're to go along with the get along. We're not willing to sacrifice life and freedom for our cause.
and I will
That's
say
the
this.
thing. They're willing to put their life and their freedom against what they believe in, and we're not. And we're on the outside looking in with a blanket opinion, and we look stupid.
Can I touch on also the whole of what you're saying? I agree with what you're saying because, and this is the cold fact that not a lot of people want to listen to. If us as people, right, black people, focus on the betterment of black people, and white people focused on the betterment of white people, they should do that, because all that's going to do is make us a better race of people. What makes it racist is when you start, like what you were saying. What makes you prejudiced is the thought. What makes you racist is the act of putting somebody. But I agree with what Ken is saying. We shouldn't want to be equal. We shouldn't want to. We need to figure out our own lane. Once again, establish it, because first things first, we need to establish our own lane. A lot of times, black people, and we notorious for this. We good. Black people are good at mobilizing. Black people are not good at actual planning through. You feel me?
Execution.
So all them millions of people, all the millions of protests we had of Black Lives Matter, what the hell came out of it? Nothing. And there's a reason, because we had no national plan. We had no national plan.
Okay. So I'm gonna say this. I agree with you on the point is that we are conditioned to have some type of organization because of the fact that we do have to get permits, we do have to get all kinds of other things in order for us.
Don't.
Yes,
don't.
Yes, we do.
No, we don't. We don't. Here's the thing.
Let me talk.
If
then.
you want, no, I let y'all talk the whole fucking podcast. I've been having
Your audio is fucked up. You don't
Listen,
deserve to talk.
No, listen. But the thing about it is this, man. We've always been a passive culture.
I get it, and I'm agreeing with you on that, but you can speak for other people and for yourself, because my idol, and I have said this 1,000 times, is Malcolm X. He wanted to get it by any means necessary. I don't have a problem if somebody gets in my face. I don't have a problem knocking somebody's ass out. I'm sorry.
He preached that. He preached by any means, but he did not mobilize anything.
He did mobilize things.
He preached that. Hey, a mouthpiece.
He mobilized a lot of things. His own people took him out. That was the problem. That was the problem.
Because the unit, we have to mobilize, and then also there's more than just mobilize. You feel me?
Exactly,
If
it
you want to get
is.
something done, there's more than just mobilize. That's why for every Malcolm, there has to be a Martin.
But what I'm saying is this, though. Every time that we have come up with plans to do exactly that, we have been infiltrated by the FBI. We have been infiltrated by our own people. Look at the Black Panther. Look at the Black Panther Party. Look at the Black Panther Party. FBI infiltrated that. FBI infiltrated the Nation of Islam.
So?
FBI infiltrated all of that because they don't want us to be that organized.
And it boils down to our earlier conversation. It's a matter of choice. It's a matter of choice. No, here's the thing. Just like you went Tuesday, they went up in there and only 4 people got killed, right? You know why? Because there's strength in numbers.
No, you know why? Because they were inclusive in that. That's what happened.
That's a speculation.
They let them in. Please stop.
You have to. Okay, hold on. No. Hold on.
Please stop. Please stop.
Hold on.
Don't come in here. Don't come in here. Oh my God. Don't come in here. Oh my God. What are you doing?
Listen. Me and Terrace is in law enforcement security right now. I was in high level law enforcement security, as in the federal government. I secured federal buildings in San Antonio. I did this. You have to understand that there is strength in numbers. If you have 1,000 people going against 20 officers, the protocol is retreat and
Hey,
preserve
they-
life and property.
They barricaded.
cannot-
They barricaded themselves, Ken. And when they broke
Yes,
that
you
barricade,
have to understand what you
Shelter in
want to
place.
do. You have to do that.
okay, so
That's protocol.
A million crowd.
Okay, so-
20 of them. It's 2
so
million of them.
okay, so you guys said this, and this is what semi disturbed me. Okay, so can we agree that if Black Lives Matter won on this side, right, and that crowd that infiltrated the Capitol building, they bust through 4 barricades before they got to the steps of that. No National Guard, nothing.
I
So
agree.
can you?
Because
No.
it was
Ken.
this.
Let me ask my question. Let me ask my question.
This is the thing. They were at a rally, and then they went to the Capitol. The
I
difference between Black Lives
understand that.
Matter is that they follow the rules.
I get
And
that.
the difference is they didn't, which here's the thing. Black Lives Matter and this mob are in their right to do both.
I understand that. But what I'm saying is this. If Black Lives Matter decided to say, you know what? Fuck following the rules. Let's break through this shit. And you mean to tell me when you said, oh, if they were black, they would have got shot. You don't believe that?
I believe it 100%.
I believe
Black
100.
people
I believe 100. I believe 100% because our skin is weaponized. But the thing is this is that
Okay.
like I said, if we did things like they did, it would be the same fucking outcome. If you do not call them people and tell them your plan, they can't mobilize with the defense. It's called the art of war.
Okay, but then we need to mobilize, and if we have to tell them, hey, we're gonna be marching from this time to this time,
We are
divert
ingrained
from the
Here's
plan.
thing. We are scared to do that.
Hey, Joya,
I ain't scared to do that.
Joya, let me ask you
I
a
don't
question.
care.
You're one. You're
Let me ask
one.
you
They
a question.
had tens of thousands.
I ain't
Joya,
scared
let me
to
ask
do
you a
that.
question. If you let's take yourself, and I'm not trying to argue with you nothing like that, because
No, everybody
I think
is.
that we all can agree that Trump was not the best person. We can all agree on that off the rip.
He wasn't.
Oh, okay. But one thing I can say is, what if you were not a young black woman? Imagine if you were a young.
I don't even
white
want to
woman
imagine
who grew
it.
up in a rural. I mean, they exist. It sucks, but they exist. Imagine if you were a white woman from a suburban neighborhood and Donald Trump was your president. Would you still feel the same?
I would.
I definitely say yes. The reason why is because he appeased to those people. He appeased to his people. You feel me?
I
Don't-
would be able, because there are young white women, and one of the political people, I can't remember her name right now, her daughter is going against her hard and has been doing that. There's
Yeah,
other
you're
people.
talking about what the ex
You're
press
talking about
secretary.
Kellyanne Conway.
Yes.
Conway,
Her
no,
daughter.
Claudia Conway.
Yes, and then not only that, but there are, if you go to Twitter right now, there are people who said, my family was at that rally, here's their name, here's their address, go arrest them. And this is their children that are doing that. If you
Well,
know
it's the younger generation.
right from wrong, the best thing that you can do in your head is say that, well, I see the difference. Some of them have been to the Black Lives Matter rally and it's been peaceful. And then they look at their parents in disgust and their grandparents in disgust. Like, what are you doing? I would be
That's
able to
not-
see the difference because of the way that I was brought up. Is that
That's not Trump's demographic. Trump is not trying to. I mean, don't get me wrong. He wants to appease to younger Republicans, absolutely. But that's not his demographic. That's not who he wants to vote for.
well, that's
He
what
wants-
category
he
that I
wants
would
to
fall
establish-
into.
We're not talking about you. I said remove yourself from yourself and think about yourself in a different light. That's how you got to think about it. A lot of what's going on with America is people are not slowing down to put themselves in other people's shoes. Sometimes you have to think differently to expand your mind. See, people want to always claim that they free thinkers. They free thinkers, right? That's the big thing. I'm woke. I'm a free thinker. But the crazy part about that is you believe wholeheartedly the same thing that the next person believes that say they're a woke person.
I
It
think
seems
that
like everybody's reading from a script, and it's sad because You know, to be a free thinker is to actually think both ways. That's the only way to actually be a free
Right,
thinker.
and I agree with that. I've never considered myself a woke person. I've always considered myself a free thinking person because I think the way that I'm always going to think without any influence of media or anything like that. I don't watch the news. I rarely watch TV, and when I do watch TV, it's what I decide to watch either on Netflix or something like that.
But you gotta
I
watch something that you like though, something that appeases to your palate.
I enjoy
Right?
nostalgia. So that's what I watch on TV. Nostalgia is a drug for me. So if it's something that I grew up on, that I watched, whether it caters to black or white audiences, I'm going to watch that because it's nostalgia for me. That's what I watch on TV. I don't watch nothing else. So with that being said, if I remove myself from myself and I was a rich white woman, right? I would still think the same. You know why? Because I've been in that situation before.
You been a rich white woman?
I have been a rich white woman. I've been a rich young black woman.
You been a rich white woman?
I have lived next door to people who were twice, sometimes 3 times my age that were buying their first house, and that was my third or second house.
You know, and I'm gonna give you a little, backstory myself. I'm in an interracial relationship right now. I've been, and I used to be a hardcore Democrat, and I always used to say, I wonder why am I a Democrat because I'm a Democrat, or am I a Democrat because my parents were Democrats? And I never really challenged that thinking. I've always kind of gravitated towards people that think like me. I've always gravitated towards things that I consider myself to agree with. I never really challenged myself outside the box until I got into an interracial relationship. Once I got into an interracial relationship, but that was serious, I started to get to know her family, which was from a completely different demographic than me. And I slowed down. At first, I was like, man, how could you support this man? How could you support this man? And I don't want to say, I'm not going to sit here and say I supported Trump, because I didn't. I voted for Joe Biden the first time, and I kind of abstained versus him and Hillary, and I knew that was a mistake, but I just have to live with that. But I did vote for Joe Biden the second time, not because of the same reasons that a lot of people say, because I got to learn the other side of the coin. I got to see firsthand why these people think this way. I slowed down and I was able to formulate my own hypothesis from an actual free thinker aspect instead of always
I understand that.
Indulging my palate with things I like. You feel me? So it's hard. It's hard. I had to slow down, and I had to put myself in the thought of, if I already made over $100,000, first off, if you made over 6 figures, which is you put it into a different tax bracket, right? If I lived in a super suburban area, right? If I only consumed super suburban area content, and if I always was in fear, because that's what he played on a lot. He played on a lot of fear mongering. If I was always in fear of losing control of what I think I worked hard to establish, I can understand how Trump can appeal to you, because Trump gives you the idea that, just like Obama, he inspired these young black boys and black girls that they can be more. Trump inspired the trailer parks and Trump inspired a whole bunch of people that may have never thought they could be president. Almost.
But look at the difference between the way.
Right.
Look at the difference
Obama's
between the
level.
way.
That's why he got more votes than Obama did during his running primaries.
But I will say this though. The difference between that though is that promising young black children that you can become president because you are a black man that is president now is not a farce. What is a farce is that these people from these trailer parks are ingrained in their heads that you're losing control of something that you never had control of in the first place.
I didn't even have control.
You're losing control of things. They all say the same rhetoric. Oh, these people are coming from other countries and they're taking my jobs. These black people don't want to do anything except root out the government, and we are not.
They're taking the jobs of people who actually work. A lot of these people don't work. A lot of these people aren't in those tax brackets. A lot of these people only have one right, and that is the right to cast their vote.
Exactly. And what these people did on Tuesday was basically say, forget all the other people that voted for Joe Biden. We all voted for Trump, and those are the only votes that matter. And
I
that is
agree.
the rhetoric that Trump has been pushing. He has been pushing his way back into office, and it did not work a second time around because people saw through his bullshit, because he was not saying anything true. He was telling only lies. Just like when there was that school shooting here in Miami, it was basically in Broward. But I live close enough to the school that the town hall was huge. For him to go to these people and say, it was all staged, he told these children that it was staged and that their voices did not matter. So when they turned of voting age, they voted him out. For their first vote, they voted him out. We
Well,
voted
the
him
younger
out as
generation is
Black
progressive, so
Stacey Abrams turned Georgia blue because, a lot of
I agree.
people are just tired of seeing all the hatred that he has to say.
It's
This was not a president. This was a
Let me ask you
Klansman
one
in
question.
disguise,
Can you
and
say
every
one
single
good thing
rally that
about
he
Donald
has
Trump?
had, he's done nothing.
I can
No,
I can
because he's done
no,
nothing
no,
good.
no, I can say one good thing about him, and
I'll
that
take,
is
I'll take
that
it back.
he he got a new toupee for the last video conference that he did.
Hey, that's real. That thing's real.
The
Real
one the
squirrel.
one good thing the one good thing real squirrel. The one good thing that I will say he did was he pardoned that one black woman from her jail sentence. Because she didn't do it. It was the right thing to do. But then he turned around in July and started executing what? Black men. So how can you sit here and say he's not a racist? Everyone he's pardoning is white and terrible. He just pardoned a white woman who was a police officer who sicked her dogs on homeless men as they were sleeping. She had people testifying against her, and he pardoned her. So no, I
Ken,
don't have anything nice to say about him. I don't have anything nice to say about his presidency, and I don't really care to discuss it any further because
I
you sound really biased.
I think he just
I
really.
sound biased. I did not vote for him. I'm just saying, you
No, I'm
cannot.
not saying that. I'm not saying that you voted for him. I'm saying that you sound more in favor of people who did vote for him than you sound in favor of people who didn't vote for him, and you sound really kind of against Black Lives Matters, which is okay. There are black people
I do
who
not
don't
support the
agree with
organization
Black Lives
Black Lives
Matter.
Matter. I
Well,
do
why?
not support the organization Black Lives Matter. But
But why?
Black Lives Matter to me. I don't. I guarantee you would not support the organization. That's what I'm saying. Keyword: the organization of Black Lives Matter. But
I do
Black
support
Lives
the
Matter, the
organization of Black
grassroots,
Lives Matter.
Black Lives Matter to me. You feel me? And when I went to a Black Lives, I protested with them. Not because I wasn't there in support of Black Lives Matter organization that was us owned by a white man. I'm in favor of Black Lives Matter to me because I'm from Long Beach, California, where the police used to make you pull up your shirt and do a spin. So I'm all versed on. I mean, I'm a black man. I live in the brutality that I know for a fact some police get away with. But I cannot support an organization who don't really identify with what black people need. They're utilizing the slogan to capitalize off of it
Is
with a
that what
financial
you
gain.
is that what you've seen personally though? Because unfortunately, with every good thing, there is going to be someone in it who infiltrates it and makes a negative spin off it.
That's
Just like
this.
there's always an organization for black people that can get infiltrated by a priest, and
Just same thing I was
lo and
saying
behold,
about
he's spending the money on himself.
same thing I was
It's
saying
not
about
all
Black
of the
Panthers.
organization,
Like
it's people that get into it for the wrong reasons. And it's not fair for you to say, oh, I don't believe in what they say because X, Y, and Z. But you're not taking in the picture as a whole because Black Lives Matter
yeah,
is in the title. Everything about it is in the title. We want to matter. We need to matter. I
100%.
don't
We
understand.
need to matter. But what doesn't need what we don't need is an organization who's taking donations that don't go to us. That's what the organization, the licensing of the word Black Lives Matter. When you donate to the licensing of that word, that licensed word, that organization,
So
that,
if you
that has nothing
so
to do
take that out of
with
the
the actual
take that out of the
grassroots.
equation and then just support the Black Lives.
That's what I just said.
All
That's
you have to
literally what
do
I just
is
said.
look up a
I
case.
said I
You can look
support
up.
Black lives. I support Black lives.
I think
So then
honestly,
do
Black
that.
Lives Matter.
But you don't have to say you don't have to say you don't support Black Lives Matter. You can just say these are the other organizations that I support. These are the people that I support. This person is going to jail for the wrong reasons, and here's how you can help them. There's other ways to say Black Lives Matter if you don't want to support that particular organization.
I think
Black
also
I,
with the Black Panther Party about the infiltration thing. I swear, if Black Panthers was a thing today, without the FBI involvement, without all of that, I would
Black people be
definitely,
scared.
I would definitely be one of the heads, if not the head of that, because
I definitely would be in it too because they actually um they got funding started for sickle cell anemia. They went out and told people what it was. They went out and told people how to get tested for it and
not
stuff
only
like that. All the things that we still need today,
not only
we've been
that, they
through.
were protectors of these communities and supported these communities with donations, with food drives, with everything. And they were great. They were great.
Chris,
Go
I
ahead,
think
Ken.
I think Ken has something to say.
Yeah, go
I
ahead,
don't
Ken.
know.
Sorry.
His arm looked like
Yo.
it's hurting.
He said, hands up, don't shoot.
Oh no.
let's get to the bare bones of it.
Not the bare bones. I'm scared.
What
Oh, your audio cut out, boy.
Yeah.
There
Put
you
your
go.
mic up to your mouth.
it's
Yeah,
not
your
it's,
audio.
It's not even
Put your headphone to your mouth.
I can't hear a thing.
because I'm not playing anymore.
Why did you take your headphones
What?
off?
My phone is dying. I had to put the phone on charge.
Why didn't you do this before the podcast?
It
Bro.
was fully charged. We've been on over 2 hours.
Damn.
We're having a real discussion and you're unprepared.
No worries.
Are you eating marshmallows, Joya?
Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm eating these.
All right.
Oh, those are good ones.
Mm-hmm.
We're arguing Donald Trump and the group that did what they did Tuesday, and we're arguing Black Lives Matter.
We're arguing the difference.
No, listen.
That's
no,
what
no,
we
no.
were arguing.
No, here's the thing. I need some answers.
Okay, so ask
What?
the question.
How does that affect us? Us four.
How does that affect us four? Because of the fact that I went to the store today, and you know where I live, Ken, and a lot of white people stared at me like I was supposed to say or do something,
So,
and I'm like, no.
but how does Tuesday and how does Black Lives Matter affect us?
Black Lives Matter affect us because if I get stopped by the police next time, hopefully I won't get shot. Because I have had a gun pulled out on me before, and I'm just a little bitty old woman. I ain't even do nothing.
Here's the thing. We're
Black
talking
Lives Matter
we're
affects
talking
me
we're
because-
talking hypotheticals.
Okay, so hypothetically, Black Lives Matter affects me because I am a sickle cell patient and I am constantly going to a hospital where I have to deal with white doctors who don't believe me, who sometimes believe that I'm just there for the drugs
Right.
and they can
But-
kill me because they decide that I'm healthy enough to walk
thing is
a
this.
straight line. So
But
yes,
the thing,
Black Lives Matter affects me every single day.
but no,
I
but the thing,
trust
no, here's
that my
the thing.
doctor is actually going to take care of me.
That's an extreme point. But what
That's
I'm
not
saying
an extreme.
is,
It's a hypothetical. Whether it's extreme or not,
It's
you
not-
are-
Hey,
what
Ken.
I'm saying, but what I'm saying is, what happened Tuesday? How does that affect you?
What are you talking about? Because To add on to her point, it's statistics that black women die more in childbirth, especially in hospitals, more than white women.
I'm gonna ask my
And I
question.
have-
I'm gonna
and
ask my
another-
question one more.
and another
I'm gonna
thing.
ask my question one more time. What with what happened Tuesday? How does that affect us?
Because they were
I
trying to
cannot-
steal the votes. Duh.
How? You can't.
Can I answer that? Can I answer
You
how that
cannot
affected me?
go
And
into
I'm
a
trying to be
Capitol
thoughtful.
building and threaten to, like,
Overthrow
hurt
the
people
freaking
just
government.
because they didn't vote your way.
Right.
Can I-
That's trying.
How
to
does
take
that affect?
America-
How does that affect us?
That's trying to take a democracy and turn it into a dictatorship. That would affect us all.
Here's the
Exactly.
thing. Trump lost the election legally, investigatively. He called.
But they did not believe that.
Can I-
Here's
can I
the thing.
ask-
Believing. Here's the thing. People believe in Santa Claus don't make it real. But the thing about it is, how does Tuesday affect us?
Can I
What
tell
did
you?
what
can I
did
tell you how
Tuesday
affects us?
what did Tuesday take or give you?
I'ma
Go
tell you.
ahead. Maybe
So-
he'll listen to you.
Yeah. Go
So,
ahead.
Tuesday affected me, and I'm speaking on my interracial relationship. My wife is from Post, Texas, right? Now, when I go to Post, Texas, I know that the temperatures are kind of high right now.
Exactly.
So now I got to bring 2 guns instead of 1.
And the temperature is high in my area as well. All I needed was some milk and a couple other things from the store.
Yeah.
Went on my lunch break, and I felt like it could possibly go
So
down.
let me ask you another question. Are you guys afraid?
I am not afraid. I want something to go down because I'll let you know.
Come on, everybody wants something to go down to go down, man.
Right.
No.
That's that, and that's
No.
what what
No.
I'm asking. It's like we're putting a lot of energy in hypotheticals and what ifs
It's not a hype.
instead of living our
You want to
lives.
talk about another hypothetical?
Oh, I'm
Okay,
gonna
here
live
we
my
have a
life.
black man that says he's going to Texas, and instead of bringing 1 gun, now he has to bring 2. Say you get pulled over by the cops. Say your neighbor or whatever, a neighbor in the neighborhood sees you walking with your 2 guns. You do not get the same benefit of the doubt as being an innocent man exercising his right to carry.
Hey,
you
you ain't
are a
gonna like-
black man with 2 guns.
We can't even
You ain't
jog
gonna
without
like-
getting shot.
For that
You ain't
alone.
gonna like this response. You ain't gonna like it. I don't think you're gonna like it because
It's
I
not a
feel like
question. You don't
this
have
is-
to respond. I'm just saying.
Oh, what to add on to what you're saying, if my neighbor saw me carrying 2 guns and they called the police on me, and when the police approach me, I'm going to do everything lawfully, and I'm
As
going
we
to
always
explain
do.
Hey, listen.
Okay, and-
Listen. I'm getting to it. I'm going to do everything lawfully, and I'm going to allow them boys. I'm not going to hold court in the street. I'm not going to argue with them. I'm not going to fuss. I'm not going to fight. I'm going to let them do whatever they feel is necessary. And
Okay,
once they
and-
take me to jail for violating my rights, I'm going to cash out on them boys. Simple as that. And if I don't cash out, I'm gonna go about my merry business. I'm gonna do everything I can do to not put myself in a position to die. Now, there is some instances that black men are still dying anyway that I don't agree with. So I don't want you to think that.
All the time.
But it's my responsibility to protect myself at all times. That's rule number 1. Protect
Absolutely.
yourself at all times. I feel like because of us as black, sometimes as black men, we have a certain ego and we have a certain temperature. You feel me? And we already are villainized, so that when these cops come in, you feel me? We automatically feel disrespect because we feel like we're in the right. So when we feel like we're in the right, we're going to do whatever we got to do to make you feel us.
But the thing-
Okay.
But that speaks to an earlier podcast that we had, in which what I always preach: you have to know your rights, and the majority of us do not know our rights.
Okay,
That's
but
the
let me
thing.
add on to that, Ken. Let me add on real quick.
I don't know why I can't talk on my show.
This is my show, first of all. Get it
Oh,
right.
God.
Okay, so I just want to add on to what y'all were saying. I understand that. And whenever I am pulled over by the police, which I have been before, I have always complied, but I have always felt super uncomfortable because a lot of things that they've done were unnecessary. And I knew it was because I was a black person and either I was driving a nice car and I was in a nice area because of the questions that they asked me. What are you doing over here this late? Where are you coming from? Why can't you mind your business? First of all, because I'm coming from work and I don't have an attitude. I answer their questions. I answer their questions. I say, well, right now I'm coming from work. I am on my way home. Flashlights all in my car in the back seat. I didn't give you permission to search my car. I don't give you permission to do this. Do you want my driver's license and do you want my insurance? Because I have it right here for you. I know where to leave my stuff to where I don't have to reach. And at that time, I had just got new insurance, switched from Geico to Allstate, and said, look, my insurance card is in my purse. Can I reach over to get it, or are you going to shoot me? He said, yeah, you can go ahead and get it.
Too much.
You can go ahead and get it with his hand on his gun. That was unnecessary. How am I, a 5'4", no more than 120-pound woman, a threat to a big ass white cop?
But here's the thing.
Bullets don't mean it don't matter what side you are.
But the thing is this.
What?
It was a soliloquy, but when you have to live life like this, I'm not gonna say you have to, because you do what you got to do. I live with the mantra of know your personnel. You know who you're dealing with once they open their mouth, and you have to conduct yourself accordingly. If it's the police, if it's at work, if it's in the hood, it's all.
I know you ain't talking how you be cussing people out at work.
Because you know why? Because I know my personnel. I'm not gonna cuss out Jim, the vice president. I'm not gonna cuss out JB. I'm not gonna cuss them people out. I can't say that I wouldn't cuss my supervisor out, but you have to.
You already probably have.
The level. Here's the thing: you have to go through life with the level of manipulation to do things to get your point across effectively. If you go into a situation slipping, that's when you give someone the upper hand. And that goes with anything in life. The problem is this. When we're talking about or what we're arguing about and what we're saying, these people have this and we don't have that, you have to navigate.
You have to take it.
You have to no.
You have to take it. You have to take it. Yes, you do.
You don't have, that's the thing. You don't, and that's the problem with the progression of us, because we don't. You have to understand that you have to position yourself with leverage.
You do, and I agree with that, but you still have to take it.
Like I said earlier, we move with the knee-jerk reaction and we lose our leverage.
No, the thing about it is
life is about leverage.
The thing about it is,
and the thing that we're arguing is haves and have-nots.
That's not true. That's not true. The thing is that you go in it without emotion. You go in with a level head and you go in with a plan and you take what you deserve.
Sometimes, here's the thing, you're going with a plan A and plan B got to be on the fly. The problem is sometimes we don't have a plan B.
No, the problem is that not enough people are willing to even follow plan A in order to get to the goal.
Let me go back to my original statement. The majority of people who want change aren't willing to lose life and freedom.
We're not free now.
It's self-preservation first.
We are not free now. So how are we losing freedom? We're not free now. How are we losing freedom and we're not free now? Nobody's
freedom. We're just giving liberties. No, we're not free. We're giving liberties.
Nobody that lives in the United States is free.
The law of the land. So we're giving liberties. But what I'm saying is that the argument, which is I haven't talked and I've just been listening. I've missed a lot of points I wanted to make.
But the thing is this, man. Because you know I'm built totally different in life. Period. From my background to 40 years of life has evolved so many different times, up and down. I can say that at one point I was a shit until I just sat there and did the research and self-education on what's best for me. You know what I'm saying? Because once we start to think about what's best for the individual, then we can come together and execute a plan to help the majority. But when we have people who, going back to Kanye,
Oh God.
choices, it's either you're going to push or you're going to toe the line. We have too many people towing the line and not wanting to get uncomfortable for change. Because people always talking about change, but they don't want to get uncomfortable.
Straight up.
Because we have to understand
No,
this.
that's here's the thing. What you're about to say is an assumption and speculation and a narrative.
You don't know that. You don't know
Okay,
that.
go ahead.
You're
Do your
making
thing.
before she even is
Right.
allowed to. Before
Go
she
ahead,
even
Joya.
What
Go ahead.
I'm gonna say is this: I'm gonna live my life the way that I want to live it, regardless of what anybody thinks or what anybody says. With that being said, is that if I'm ever in an altercation where I feel like I am not in the wrong and I am doing nothing, I will speak out, and if I have to fight, then I will. If I
That's
have
what we
to
got.
defend myself,
But
I
the
will.
thing is, that's situational. And here's the thing, people put you in positions to do things that they want you to do, which what I said before is a level of manipulation.
But I know
The thing
that.
is,
What I'm
don't
saying
lose-
is, if
don't lose your leverage.
What I'm saying is, if I'm in my neighborhood and I'm attacked by 30 white people, I'm gonna defend myself. I'm not gonna sit there and fucking get beat up and then file charges later.
You retreat.
Call the law.
Nigga,
You retreat.
I'm pulling out that
okay.
gun, and I am
Alright.
using my right to
Now-
bear arms.
Now you've exacerbated the situation and you've lost your leverage.
That's it. And you're going to
You're making my point.
I don't care, but the problem is y'all are saying we're scared. We're scared. We don't want to go. We don't want to lose everything. And I ain't scared.
You're speaking. No, here's the thing. You're speaking on an individual level. We're speaking on a group because my question was group against group.
Group against group, then we're even stronger. That's the way that I see it.
Okay, so here's the thing. Let me ask you a question. When
that if
when-
Joya was walking down the street and a group of 30 or so white people attacked her, that literally just happened to a black woman the other day. She was walking home and she had to pass by a rally of Trump supporters, and the police were there, and they jumped her, and they beat her, and they pulled her wig off her head, and the police sat by and did nothing. So you want us to keep taking these beatings and calling the police when they're just gonna look at us and watch like it's
now
Well, then
now
arm yourself.
let me ask
I'm
you
a
this.
believer in the Second
Let me
Amendment. Arm yourself.
let me ask this question.
not all of us have the
I'm gonna say
ability
this.
to arm
Here's
ourselves.
the
Not
thing.
everybody wants
But
to-
the thing
I'm gonna arm
about this-
myself. I know that.
Right, here's the thing. I know.
myself. I carry knives, but you know, not everybody is like that. People get queasy. Some people don't want to hurt other people.
I
You
really
don't want to protect yourself.
Yes.
I really don't want to hurt other people, but at the same time, if I am being attacked and I need to defend myself, then there is nothing else that I am able to do to get out of the situation. Then I am going to pull my firearm or whatever weapon, mace, whatever that I have on me at that time and defend myself, regardless of what anybody else thinks. If they try to say that I attacked them, that's a fucking lie, because 1 against 20, 30 is never. Ken, what is wrong with your phone?
My phone died. Can you hear me?
Boy, taking a bath.
He sound like he is in a spaceship.
No, listen. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, you sound horrible.
No, my phone died. But no, listen to what I'm telling you. So what you just described is, you said a black woman got got accosted by a group of Trump supporters. Now, I can say that the Trump supporters that I know are very overt in their affiliation. There are plenty of markings and colors to let you know, and I'm sure they were chanting. My thing is this: why did she walk over there?
My thing is this though, why can't you give her the benefit of the doubt, but you would give them the benefit of the doubt? If she was trying to get home and that was the only way that she had, right?
Boy, let's say this: you, wherever you're from or whatever, you know, you've been in several different controversies and gang fights and this, that, and the other. You're by yourself, and you just fought these 4 girls in the club. You walking towards them by yourself?
What if they come to me?
They come to me.
Not play that game. If you go down the street and you say you look and say like, man, that shit look fucked up, I'm gonna go the other goddamn way. If it takes me out of my way, I'm gonna go the other way.
Hey, protect yourself at all times.
9 times out of 10, 9 times out of 10,
Just because I'm on the other side of the street.
9 times out of 10, I'm gonna mind my business and keep to myself. Now, if you're one person, if you're one person surrounded by other people, why wouldn't y'all give her the benefit of the doubt that they didn't come to her? It automatically is her fault because she's one black person in a crowd of white. That's not fair.
I never said it was her fault. I'm not saying
She didn't jump the sky in the middle, and I'm sure she seen them coming and running.
Okay, so what if she was just putting her head down and trying to get through?
Man, we giving excuses now, man. This some bullshit.
It happens all the time. No, it's not. It happens all the time. When one woman walks past a group of construction workers, they don't whistle at her and all that stuff. And when one man walks through a whole crowd of women protesting women's rights, they don't come to him and be like, "You're the problem. You're the problem." That doesn't happen.
Fake news.
All right, fake news then. That's all I'm saying. See, look, somebody in the comments said she was minding her business. They asked her if she voted for Trump and she told them no and then flipped them off. They mobbed her.
Yeah, I saw that. She hit that white woman with a stiff right hand, too.
As she should. As I would have.
hey, she did. She handled hers. That's what you can say. She handled hers.
Ken, your audio is jacked.
Mine?
Ken?
I wouldn't give a fuck about my audio. I don't give a fuck about this episode. This shit is fucking stupid.
All I'm saying is that I agree with black people needing to come together for a common goal, but
let's keep playing fucking victim and let's keep fucking ready to be with them and we want to sit at their motherfucking lunch counter. Man, fuck all that. Man, let's just want to be right, man. Fuck all that.
No, I agree with
No, let's assimilate. Let's assimilate.
No,
let's
assimilate. Already assimilated. What are you talking about?
Can I finish?
Hey, fuck all that, man.
Can I finish? What I was saying was that I agree with Tulsa, but look what happened to that. We had our own.
Thank you, Joya.
And they blew that motherfucker up.
Sure did. So if we can't have our own, then guess what? I want yours now, and I'm gonna take it.
You know what? Just like they blew Tulsa, you can get together and fucking build yourself back the fuck up instead of wearing as men. And this is what they did to us. You can't talk to me about losing shit.
Our own government bombed us.
Man, here's the thing. The problem is this, man. We always going along with the get along, towing the motherfucking line and getting along with what they fucking say. We can fucking do it ourselves.
I'm down with it. I'm down with it. But is everybody down with it? No.
That's the problem.
That's what I'm trying to say too.
I'm trying to the thing. Let me tell you the God's honest truth. The thing about it is this. Instead of a voice of empowerment, we have a voice of victimhood. Instead of saying, the thing is this.
Ken, use your headphones, please. Oh my God.
You have to listen. I'm getting fucking pissed off.
Where are your earpods?
Shut up.
You shut up.
Oh, come on,
I'll
come
come.
on.
I'm gonna come drive to your house and I'm gonna beat your ass. That's what I'm gonna do.
Fight night.
But another thing that I would like to bring up is what you were saying about interracial
Fuck that.
relations.
Can you hear me? No, fuck all that.
Okay.
The thing is this. The thing is this, man. And I'm telling you right now. Fuck this show. Fuck everything. I'm talking from the fucking heart.
Oh, if he's not gonna be on the show anymore, Julia, I'll be your co-host.
Okay.
Fuck you gonna do that? This is my fucking show.
Okay.
Well, you
And
just said fuck the show,
I'm not bullshitting. This is my show.
Okay.
But the thing about it is, I'm trying to have a voice of reason and having an empowerment moment, and motherfuckers is meeting me with resistance.
But I'm agreeing with you, Ken. I'm agreeing with you.
Man, fuck all that. This is what the fucking show was supposed to be about, by like saying like, why the fuck do we care about what the fuck happened Tuesday and saying what if? Why are we talking about what the fuck what if? The problem is the shit ain't gonna never happen because we always towing the fucking line. We always doing shit in order. We need to fucking get out of order. That's why the fuck we don't get shit, because we always going along.
That's what I'm agreeing with you with. But when I said we gotta take it, y'all was like, no, don't do that.
No, here's the thing. You know that ain't even my fucking stilo. Fuck this fucking show and what we doing. You know that's not my fucking stilo.
I know, and
know
I'm
that's not
agreeing.
how
I'm agreeing with you. We have to take that shit.
Just kicked in.
Right.
Nah, man, I ain't even drunk. I'm not drunk.
All I'm saying is I'm agreeing with you, Ken. We have to take that shit. And what I said when I look up as Malcolm X is one of my idols is that he said by any means necessary.
Fuck him too.
And I took
Fuck
that.
him too. You know why? By any means fucking necessary. He never mobilized shit to get shit together. And fuck Morton too, because he was so fucking passive and got us fucked. Because we always wanted to be alongside the motherfuckers when we're better than them. Period.
That's racist.
We're better than them. We don't need shit from them.
But that was a racist
We need to
statement.
start fuck them people, man. We need to start building our own shit.
Okay, but there's black business owner. There's black people who do.
You want to talk about black business? We don't fucking support black business.
Hey.
We don't. Here's the thing. It takes for one of us to get killed, and we start a motherfucking movement. Back in Black would do that shit for about 3 weeks. Then we start doing black business. That takes about 6 weeks, because I own 3 businesses. Don't nobody fuck with me.
I fuck with you.
I don't know.
Period.
I don't know what you
That's the problem. You gotta understand, like, we had a situation where I'm from in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, there's a prominent grocery store. Their CEO was at that motherfucking rally, and motherfuckers was lying and saying how they wasn't gonna fuck with it no more. There was a pizzeria from the city where I'm from where they said they wasn't gonna fuck with them no more. But the thing about it is this: you have one bad experience at a black business, I'm not finna give them my fucking money. I'm gonna give them white folks my fucking money. You talk out the side of your goddamn neck and say what you ain't gonna do, and you gonna fuck with them people anyway. We had a black grocery store where I was fucking at, and nobody wanted to fuck with it because it wasn't fucking Walmart. They ain't had name brand shit up in it that's owned by fucking white folks. We don't fuck with us. That's the fucking truth.
Let's talk about it.
You're making a generalization because I actually
I want
do.
to preface this with, Ken, I'm not singling you out. I'm not saying that you practice these practices. I'm not saying anything like that. I want to remove you and your endeavors on your own, because I support your business. You feel me? But this is the problem. Sometimes I can see people having a problem fully supporting black business. It's cool. Usually, and I'm not saying usually, sometimes, especially when you see a black business begin, it's easy to make that decision and want to support them. It's keeping the support that I find that some black businesses have, because once you once you start to, like, let's say, let me speak in person. I love this place called Tony G's, owned by a black person. You feel me? Great
Mhm.
restaurant. At the beginning, it was a great restaurant. As me and my wife started going there frequent, 2 or 3 times. I was like, hell yeah, this is gonna be a frequent thing. I love the vibe, I love everything about it, and it was a black business. The
Mhm.
fourth time we went, the prices tripled. You feel me? Not only did the prices triple, the quality went down, and the actual what he provided, the things that he provided that made the ambience of actually being there, he lacked on again. And it
What?
started that.
In
We
business,
went a
but
couple
listen,
times.
in business, but listen, in business, that was a poor business move on his part because he lowered his. And I try to talk to so many black businesses that I affiliate with, and there's different groups and things like that.
Yeah.
Stop lowering your price to get people in because now you're fucking up your fucking profit. Now you're getting your fucking money in, and now the cost goes up. So now you have to do that. But the thing is this: that happens in white business too. If we don't
Hey,
fucking
check it out.
complain.
Check it out. But the thing about white business, it sucks. It sucks. But let's talk about it. They've already established where they can subsidize those losses. So although they may be taking a little loss on the meat, the price still stays relatively the same. A lot of times with black businesses, sometimes they overprice themselves to become not competitive. Because let's talk about it. Most people that try to support black businesses are from economic point in their life where they got to make decisions on how often they can eat out, or how often they can buy said services. So we not only not black, lower middle class to middle class black people, we don't just shop because it's black business. We shop for convenience. We shop for price. We shop for things like that. It's hard. It's hard. Um, it's hard sometimes. I can understand as a up and becoming black business because you don't have the establishment that the white businesses have. You don't have the means to be able to subsidize your losses like a white business has because either you just getting started or you grassroots. You don't have the connections like these white businesses have. So I
But the thing,
understand.
but what I'm saying is, we lie to ourselves. We lie to ourselves because you have to understand that we just don't say shit. Just do what you're gonna do. Don't be hollering bank black, support black if you're not gonna do it. I put a post today. I don't know if you saw it on Facebook. I got 1,408 friends on Facebook. I have 149 subscribers. I can't get 1,400 people to hit a button. You ain't even got to fucking watch. You won't even
You
hit a
know,
button. You know
I
what I'm
will
saying? But the
I, w- I will say that it is hard to. I live in Miami. I live where I live. The grocery store that is owned by a black person is about an hour and a half away from me. The only black bank in Miami is another hour and a half away from me, and it's in a bad part of town. If I can make the trip, I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna make the trip. If I see that my friend Joya is online and she's doing her podcast, even if I'm not paying attention, I'm making sure that that screen is up and playing so that she gets some views.
Same
I'm
thing with
posting
Twitch.
I'm posting the share link on Twitter to make sure other people come and see my girl Joya, my girl Abuela, my friend Kelly. I'm making sure they get the views. The black people in ADD, as soon as they go live, I'm letting people know, hey, this is what I'm watching. This person posted this really funny video. If you like comedy, you should check out this comedy show that is virtual. I'm doing everything I can to make sure everyone in my circle and everyone that I support has a plate. Everyone is getting a seat at my table, even if I don't get a seat at theirs, because I'm supporting people who matter to me. I'm supporting my community, and I am in the black community. And it takes little steps like that to make the change that we want to see. It takes little changes like that to start having our own. And that's all it takes. Yes, it sucks to have 14,000 whatever friends on Facebook and nobody hits the like button, but you keep going. No matter what, you don't stop grinding just because the likes ain't coming in at the rate you think they should be. You just keep going. And that's all you can do.
I
The,
know, and,
the,
then, and I do understand. I people subscribe button, but what I'm saying is we are our own worst enemy.
I can
But we
agree
don't
with
have to be.
I can agree with that, and I also agree with Tori where we don't have to be because of the fact that I try to support as many black businesses as I can. I'm subscribed to Patreons, I buy merch, I, leave the streams up or whenever people are going live and everything like that. I try my best to do what I can do to help support my black people. Also at the same
Also,
time, I understand what Suge was saying, but that was his experience with one restaurant. There are thousands of black businesses out here trying to survive and make
exactly.
it just like the white businesses are in this pandemic. But
Exactly.
what we have to start doing too, and we said it before with the marches and with the rallies and with the protests, is coming together. We have to understand that we have to start putting more value on our own things over other things. They have a lot of people out here that, would rather go to Walmart.com or rather go to Amazon.com and buy things when the black person is selling the same exact thing. But guess what? They're going to have better variety that you may like because they're catering to the black people. What it is people are lazy, for one. Just like Suge was saying, they want convenience for two, and we live in a microwave society. If I can't get it quick, fast, in a hurry, then I don't want it, and that's not right. Everything is social media based. If you ain't on social media, like say for instance, you have different businesses. You know what I'm saying? You may not have a up running website, or you may not have something where they can go on and click and get the shipping price and all of that stuff, and it's going to be delivered in 3 days and you all good, and guess what, it's free shipping because your order is over such and such amount. You may not have that, and people see that and they're like, I ain't fucking with it, I'm gonna go to Amazon, they gonna guarantee my delivery, I got Prime, whatever. We gotta
Charge shipping.
get out of that mindset. That's what the problem is that we're letting social media run everything that we see and do, and people cannot be like that. It's a microwave society. I want it quick, I want it now. Who can I get it from, and who got the cheapest price? That's
Exactly.
all people think about.
And
It's a sheeper
and another
society.
thing
It
is
is.
another thing is like when you're in the process of moving up and moving out and moving on or whatever, it costs. And so if I have to step back from supporting someone because they're a little too expensive, I'm still happy you have your business. I'm still going to try to promote your business. I'm going to tell people, hey, you should buy from this because they have X, Y, and Z and they're black. I'm going to do that. But if it's going to hurt my pockets, I can't take food out of my child's mouth. So I'm going to find another way to support you, but I'm going to still support you.
Right. And
I
sometimes
want to say something. I want to say something about that, but I don't want to offend.
say
Oh.
what you want to say. It's your opinion, but I will
I'm
say
not saying.
I will
I'm
say
not
this.
saying nothing.
I will say
I'm
this:
addressing the
there is
fact.
times that I've had to step back and unsubscribe from certain Patreons for maybe a month or two, just so that way I'm have money in my bank account. But the good thing about that is that my mindset is that I'm gonna spend the money on something that I know I need to do, like pay bills and get groceries and stuff like that. But then once I'm back where I am, I'm gonna go back to supporting them. I'm not gonna take that money and then give it to another person because theirs is $5 and not 10. That's to me that's not right. You know what I'm saying? So that's just my mindset. So if you were selling crawfish, Ken, and you were selling it for $30 and somebody else was selling it for $20. Well, I only got $20 right now. I'm not going to go to them. I want to support your business. So I'm going to wait until I have the $30 to support your business. That's what I'm saying.
It's built different.
What you
Oh,
mean?
you got a crawfish business, dude?
Yeah, he sell crawfish. He sell kind of
I
stuff.
don't. The thing about it is this is that Joey already knows. I probably told this before. I'm saying things are expensive because at the end of the day, we all waste money.
We
But the
do.
thing about it is we waste money on what we want to waste money on, and most of the time we waste money on shit that isn't black. And that's a fucking fact. That's a fact. The thing about it is this, and I understand the convenience and this, that, and the other, but if you truly support somebody, distance don't mean nothing. Price don't mean anything because
That's
you
what
want
I'm
to see
saying.
them make it, and that's just what it is. But the thing about it is that's a excuse and a scapegoat because
No. I'm agreeing with you because I said I wouldn't take my
That's what
money
I'm saying.
elsewhere.
But it's just me being a business owner, I ingest it in my face. I watch somebody share my post about what I was doing, and that's their support. Then turn around, share a competitor, and tag somebody in it. Like, let's go here. You know what I'm saying? That's just a backhand. It's like I've met my quota today. I shared Ken's post, but I'm gonna go and fuck with the opposition. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. We support people that we don't even fucking know, who's never done anything for us. Even when I tell people who share things, and I'm like, man, share my shit like you share the motherfuckers you don't even fucking know.
That's what I'm
We
talking
we
about.
push and review shit that ain't got shit to do with us and got a partner that's supposed to be your friend doing the same thing, and you won't have that same energy.
But that's
And
what I'm talking about. We live
not
in that
not
type of society
not to
to
go
where we're
not to go back into the conversation, but then that just goes into what is ingrained in people. Like I had to tell this dude one time, he's a mobile mechanic. And I say, how much you charge? And this is his business. I say, how much you charge to do an oil change on a car? This dude told me, man, you might want to go to this place because I charge $50, this, that, and the other. Then I had to tell him, I said, why would I go over there? I'd rather give you my money. There's so many different people that just think cheap is better or convenience is better. But at the end of the support is support. That's just what it is. But the thing is, we don't even know how to support ourselves
are
because
you
we just
Ken,
white ice is colder.
Ken, are you off of the Wi-Fi because you're dragging now?
Let's end this episode, man.
All right,
We've been on probably about 3 hours.
3:16:32. So anybody have any final thoughts? Any last words? Anything that they would like to say before we go into the end of this conversation? And also, I will give everybody a chance to promote their businesses and what they have going on and up and coming.
So final thought. 2021. We have to be better. Everybody as a people. We have to come together. We have to do the right thing for one another. And we just have to make our next move our best move. And I pray that everybody do that. I pray everybody have a healthy one. And thank y'all for letting me on here tonight. I spent three and some change. I'm way up past my bedtime. I'm an old guy. I'm usually sleeping around about 8 or 9. But Ken, I feel where you coming from, big dog. You know, keep grinding. You already know. I see you. You know, I support when I can. But you know, I appreciate you, nigga. I appreciate you. And Joya, it's always been wonderful.
Thank you. I definitely would like to say that, I don't want to sound harsh and I don't want to sound ruthless or anything like that. When I say take things, I'm just saying that, we need to be more aggressive than what we have been. I think that Malcolm X and Martin Luther King had the same end goal. They just had different plans of getting to the end goal. And I agree more with Malcolm X than I did with Martin Luther King on those end goals. Because we can't be too nice. We can't be too much more nice. So, but I'm not an aggressive person. I don't want to hurt everybody, but I am a small person. I am a small woman. I keep to myself. I don't bother nobody. And if somebody comes to me with some drama, I'm going to have to just handle it. So it is what it is. All right. Tori, did you have anything else to say?
No.
All right. So let's start off with Big Ken. Go ahead. Tell us, go ahead and put your plugs in.
Man, this has been another episode of Maybe I'm Tripping with Big Ken.
Oh, Lord.
Wait, Ken, you gotta say you got your businesses and stuff.
Yeah,
You
Ken,
always
just
plug it at the
put it
end.
in.
I'm good.
Nigga hot.
See, and you talking about supporting black businesses, you don't even want to put your business out there. Anyway,
Ego.
guys,
Toxic masculinity.
check
Toxic masculinity.
check me out on Twitch. Tomorrow, Saturdays, if you guys want to come roll through, we do partying on Saturdays, so we will be listening to music. We will be having fun, playing some games. Hopefully, I mean, maybe I can finish out Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild if you guys are interested in that. I will be playing some other games if I get enough people. Maybe we might play a little bit of Smash Bros, Mario Kart, things like that. So if you want to come join me, check me out on Twitch. It is under the Lazy Cajun. Yeah, and also check out my Instagram, which is at Joy of the Queen. Check out my modeling adventures there. And other than that, just be looking forward to hopefully some new music soon. And yeah, this podcast. Anything you got going on, Tori? I know you probably got something coming up.
So Yo and Hello has been on hiatus, but I am currently switching over from Twitch to Spoon and Anchor. So I will be releasing some podcasts soon. I just need to figure out how I'm gonna go live on it. So look out for that. And that's pretty much it. But you can follow me at Tori_Benzendrine on Twitter, and Tori Goes Boom on Instagram. Have a great night.
Hey, that's what's up. Let me know if you need a producer. All right. Shug, you got anything to add to that before we go ahead and get the outro going?
You know, I stay out the way, so I got nothing really. I'm just raising my family. I'm a family man. That's what I'm gonna continue to do, and that's it, man. Stay out of my way. I'm stay out of yours.
Exactly. All right. Thank you guys so much for joining. Ken, go ahead and take us out, and I will do our social media handles.
This has been another episode of Maybe I'm Tripping with Big Ken.
And Joy of the Queen. Don't forget to check us out on Patreon. That is Maybe I'm Tripping Podcast. Also YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter at Maybe I'm Tripping Podcast. All right, guys. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.
Bye.